Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Anime Lately podcast, your ultimate hub for all things anime and beyond. Whether you're joining for the first time or you're a returning listener, and we're thrilled to have you on board for another exciting dive into the world of animation and pop culture conversation. This is episode 181 of the Anime Lately podcast, and of this week's episode, like last week, you guys heard our Cultural Awards nominations and winners, what it has happened. You heard us complain, but this week we'll be talking about the Tudum 2025. They have a whole event by the sound effect from fucking Netflix. That's what we got. And we got game predictions from 5 different showcases that's happening next couple of days. And finally, the actual Lilo Stitch review. So now, share this episode, bring your friends, and let's make this episode unforgettable. Powered by AniMa W3 Studio. And catch every new episode every week on YouTube and audio feed wherever you listen to, with time codes as always in the description. It's your boy, Love and Peace, legenddvash, and welcome to the episode. And let's talk about a sound effect of Tudum that has a whole event. People will be there cursing each other like pro wrestlers saying fuck you while the cameras continue panning around the damn event. If you know, you know. And I'm not alone, because we have my co-host as always for the show, Whawkins, and my world champion of Animal Studio. He is undefeated.
How's it going, everybody? It is your reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That's right, Whawkins is here to help us guide through all the schlock, the spiel, the unmitigated crap that is Disney live action, and the fact that we get even more just mediocre stuff coming from Netflix, or maybe some of it's good. I don't know, who knows? But the most important thing is the fact that certain waifus have returned in certain stories, and I am a happy camper. Yes, sirree, Bob. We'll get to that here in a little bit, and I'm just gonna leave it off there because we have a certain assassin ready to pounce on us tonight.
Talk to us, assassin.
Thanks for having me again, guys. It's your boy Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin, your romance recommender, your ecchi lover, aka I have like a new nickname now. Everyone keep calling me the Hispanic Gooner. I don't know why. Hispanic Gooner.
Oh, you don't know why?
I don't know why. So weird. I'll figure that out as long as I get to it. But I'm happy to be back. I have a lot of crazy hot takes, even with Red to Girlfriend too, and I am going to talk about it here in this podcast. Oh, the manga's going hard. We got season 4 next season. But no. We're here to talk about some more interesting and some more spicy and more controversial things. Disney.
I did see the leak picture of somebody saying, I think I love you, or I think I'm in love with you. So I saw the leak picture of that panel, so no worries. I know what you're talking about.
It's canon.
Yeah.
It's canon. It's not, I promise.
Wait, hold on. If she thinks, that means she's not 100% sure.
Correct. She said that
means,
I think I'm in love with you. She said, I think I'm in love with you.
We getting somewhere with the story, boys. That's my point. Everyone's been fucking dogging on me saying like almost borderline 400 chapters, and they're getting fucking nowhere. I'm telling you, let my boy cook. He's getting somewhere, damn it, and I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a definite answer as why you should give it a chance. But that's not here nor there. This is another take in the future we'll talk about. We're here to talk about the digression that I will have to unfortunately talk about, which is Disney. You done goofed once again, and I will not take this slander for this time. No, sir.
Never again. Never more. As Edgar Allan Poe once said.
Snow White, I could let slide, but Lilo and Stitch?
No, White, you can let... Nah, that's crazy.
Wait, huh? Snow White, you would let her slide?
That's crazy talk
That's
right there.
crazy. You would let...
pass. Nah.
That's crazy. I'm really thrown off at that one.
Dog.
Yeah. You guys, like I said, I have the hot takes. But look, that's, again, not here nor there. We'll bring that when the time comes. But I'm glad to be here, guys, and that's it for my introduction. If you guys are done with yours, I guess we can go on to the Weebs Lounge. What have we been doing? What have we been talking about? What's been going on in our lives? Any of you guys want to go first?
I thought since you have nothing. You have no The Last of Us, no update, no Fortnite W's like us.
Friend.
No,
I mean,
Fortnite.
look,
We've been
look,
playing a couple
so-
games. You wanna play? We've been playing Dead by Daylight. We've been putting squad nights every week now. It seems like it. So, like, no update about that because I was gonna talk about that. But hey, I guess us friends having boys nights is not that important. I guess we could just move on about that. Seems like it's not good to bring that
tonight.
up.
Okay, he being paid tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you guys to be first. I want to be like, nice about it. But, I mean, hey, fuck me, I guess. Cool. Yeah, sure. But Vash, tell me how was your week? How was your game night with the boys?
Look, I'm gonna just say that playing Fortnite is not something I expected to actually look forward to or actually be hyped playing it with the boys. Like, this game came out after I left high school, so it was already in college, so I didn't have time for that because I was busy with ladies, college, career, trying to find out what the fuck to do with my life. So I didn't really think about playing Fortnite. I thought it was just a kid's game. Now, being fucking almost 30, literally playing the games with my friends. A big shout out to my friend Judo Omanjun Slayer 6969. He's a great friend. But just know that if you ever play with him, he takes it serious, which is not a bad thing. There's all types of gamers. It's just funny when, like, you have your friend telling you, yo, look left. They're there. And you be like, yo, I'm looking. I don't see them. And they'll be like, yo, you're blind. I'm like, I guess I'm blind. I don't know. I'm just not looking at the right direction because I'm doing my best. But we took a couple W's in duel. I believe we took a W in a squad of 4. So it was good. Playing Fortnite was fun. I do see the addiction of people buying skins. I do see that.
Oh, yeah.
I do see that. Because it's tempting. I like, the Fortnite crew pass being $12 and then you get like extra V-Bucks and you get additional things. And I'm like, shit. It's tempting. I want to. I'm debating. I might get it before the season ends. Might be possible. Might be happening. Because it's very fucking tempting. I know.
You know the best part about like Fortnite and Fortnite skins is when you have a 10-year-old nephew who plays Fortnite and all like the 60-plus-year-old people that are part of your family are around, and your nephew is just like, yeah, I want V-Bucks so I can get skins, and all those old people are just like, huh? You're trying to buy skins? Just like, and me, the millennial, is just like, he's talking about like different outfits.
Yeah, outfits for the game of the character.
Like, it's not actual skins. It's just that's what they call it.
They have purple skins. Oh,
What's also funny is that while playing the game, you see people in the lobby. One of them I saw All Might, dancing a bit zesty, and I'm like, right now in the Star Wars mode, so you see Darth Vader where you can ask him questions. I ask him what's the One Piece. He says it's all about the adventure right now. So just cool, hearing these things.
A cop out answer from him.
My character has like a blue outfit, so I'm called Sub-Zero. Every time Darth Vader talks to me, it's just kind of cool. Pretty fun event. Like, honestly, I'm enjoying Fortnite. I can't wait to play a bit more of Apex, so I can also get good at it with my boy Crash. Cause I don't want to hear from him be like, "Yo, I'm carrying you." I'm like, "Well, hold up, let me get there." This third-person shooter is a bit different out here, so I like it. What I'm getting out of Fortnite is kind of fun. So, Crash, you'll play with me. Are you having fun with us too? Cause you never play Fortnite. You said that you never touched the game. Now that you're getting into. You're even playing solo without inviting duels.
Yeah.
All right, look, Whawkins, I wanted you to go. I wanted to go last, but since Vash put me in the spot, so yeah, I would say the time since I have last been on the podcast has been a little. I say I haven't done much, but I have done a lot. I just, in my head, it's not like much to me. Yeah, so I was convinced by the boys to start playing Fortnite, and I'll let you guys know here on the record. I did not like Fortnite like at all. I don't like mainstream stuff in general. I think it's very tedious. I think it's not all that. Like, I'm not part of like the, how would I say this? I'm not the sheep. I'm the shepherd. I don't like just following the trend, the following. Like, I just like niche things. I like my own stuff. So Fortnite, I had known about it, but I just never seen the appeal. Mind you, I played some battle royales like Apex, like a 4. We don't really talk about that. Some stuff here and there I dabbled with, Warzone, but Fortnite was just too childish to me. And I was convinced by the people to give it a chance. Even Vash was like, "Please give it a shot," and I said, "You know what? You only live once. Fuck it. Why not? It's free. At worst, at least if it sucks, at least I can tell people right then and there. And I gave it a try, and I won my first game ever with 7 kills in my first W. So I was actually pretty. I was so
our first lobby.
happy about that.
Our first lobby. We jump in. We got our first W.
Nice.
I was actually pretty sweaty on that. I'm not gonna lie, but I actually pulled through. I clutched up, and I was like, "Damn, you know what? Just like Vash, I see the appeal. I see why people like the skins. I see why a lot of people want to play on their downtime with it. It's a nice casual, like, you know, if you want a couple of hours or two to play with the boys about that, it's fun. Are you gonna win every game? No, for sure.
No.
But I mean, if you can get to the least top 10 and you work and practice your way to get number 1 all the time, you're gonna get the dubs. But you know,
Yo, but
perfect.
What's crazy is that when you do the regular OG, if you don't get a shield and you're at the like last 20, you're fucked, because there was a few games I played with Judo, the last like playing OG, and we would be like the last 20 people in duels or something, and I think we did trios, and there was a few times where we had no fucking juice. We literally just came at the end and had regular health, and we tried to survive, but like if you don't land a good spot, no good guns or no good equipment, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta be careful with that shit.
Yeah, that's the part of the game. You get lucky. It's literally RNG. Whatever you get is whatever you get. But hey, if you drop a tilted towers, man, like, you know, good luck. I see the jokes now. I see all the
my god
references.
Jude, well,
dropping, boys.
he always wanted to drop there. Every time the bus was going in that route,
I can tell people. I was like,
no, him too. Oh no, him too as well. He was like, yeah, let's just go there. I'm like, can we survive first? Can we live and then head in that direction? Kill motherfuckers. Can we survive?
Also, you're gonna get good. You know, you gotta just
exactly, and that's the point. You get good, ladies and gentlemen. Get good.
Says the guy who just bullshits around whenever he plays. Right?
Yeah.
I'm that
Bring
guy.
back Orange Justice, please. I need the emo, please. I will Epic Games. I'll do anything, please. I will pay V-Bucks. Good V-Bucks. Give me Orange Justice, please. That's my favorite emote. I wish I had it when it was there. I didn't, but that's on me. The Assassin skins too. I do miss the SEO and Eivor skins, but hey, whatever. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, fun game. But other than that, I started watching Shogun with the missus. I'm only 2 episodes in, but it is straight heat. I do plan to watch that next month, personal reasons, but I'm not going to watch it no time soon. But I will at least say I have dabbled in it. I do love it, and I can't wait for season 2. But I had loved it. I love it entirely. And yes, I am watching it subbed. I told my wife we watch it subbed or not watching it at all. I will not say no for an answer, and she was okay with it. And she's actually enjoying the subs. So you know what? We got that W for me. Other than that, I have also finished The Last of Us Season 2. Finished that also with the missus. Stay tuned for a review with that with me and Whawkins. Whenever time permits, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One
got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about with that for sure. Give it a 9 out of 10. I'll give you guys that much, a little taste of it. I liked it a lot, as much as I want to shit on it so badly, but I liked it a lot.
It's so far it's better than the game. I'll say that.
I had to stick.
I will say that. I've been enjoying the show a lot more than the game. But see, that's the thing. We haven't gotten to the shitty part of the game yet.
Yeah, let's hold off for that, because you know we're not even that point in the story yet in the show. So far, I do recommend it to everyone. I hope everyone who has HBO who can watch it, definitely it is a treat. It is definitely worth your watch. And if you haven't watched season 1, what are you waiting for? You need to watch something. You know, a good binge show. That's definitely something. Put you
hurt you in your life that you didn't see season 1.
I mean, oh my god, yeah. Come on,
right. I'm telling him. I'm telling him.
At Dakota Kai. I see you pointing at Dakota Kai. The audience may not see that, but I see what your actual background is right now. How dare you?
On the OBS that we have on, I have Stitch in my background, so technically I'm telling Stitch.
Well, Stitch is gonna, you know what? Keep pointing at that live action Stitch. He's getting his comeuppance here soon.
You just reminded me about a statement that I have to talk about with Stitch. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. But other than that, for next potential time that I'm on the podcast, I had just downloaded Expedition 33. I got Game Pass on my PC. I have promised. I forgot what's his name. Hey, Miles. I'm sorry, Miles. I forgot your name.
Wow.
Damn.
I promised him I was gonna buy it and download it. I finally got around to it, so I do plan to play more of that game for sure. I'm gonna try to beat it in 2 weeks. That's my goal since I only have Game Pass for 2 weeks. I am also gonna play some more Assassin's Creed Shadows since they're now doing a collab with Dead by Daylight. I am also gonna play more Dead by Daylight this month because we got Spring Track coming up. A lot of games for me, less anime, so I'm actually happy about that. I'm glad to be back on my PC, my rig, my PS5 to play more games with the boys. I do plan to play more Apex. If you guys want to see me play a lot of that, I don't mind streaming it for sure.
Yeah, we could do
I
that.
will carry Vash as usual because he cannot fucking heal me for shit because he always gets the fucking nurse and I play Lobo. But hey, it's all good. I'll give him the good shit from my black market and see some W's for the AniMa W3 Studios and maybe a new game in the future. Who knows? Because I still have Alteria that I still haven't touched. I promised you guys I was gonna play that and still haven't played it yet. I just played the first 10 minutes on my PS5. I did promise that. Maybe. But that's it for me. Like I said, nothing much in my life. Just chilling. Whawkins.
Wait, before we go back to Whawkins, I'm gonna jump in there and finish my also Weebs Lounge in about Love Hurts in the last movie that I did watch. I do want to say Love Hurts was actually a very good movie. For anybody that wants to watch it, it's on Peacock. And look, the reason I do recommend it for a good date night film, because your wife or yourself won't fall asleep, it's an hour and 23 minutes. An hour and 23 minutes. That's short.
First of all, I need to go get me a wife. So there's that. So thanks, Vash.
Sometimes that happens. You need to find that wife first to get that, sleeping cuddle. But until then, you can still watch this movie because it's good as a solo dolo. You gotta love yourself at the end of the day. That's what this movie shows. Love hurts. It's hard to love somebody, but it hurts at the same time because it comes with trial and tribulation. It comes with anxious and a lot of pain. But this movie does its job very well because this is from the actor that won the Academy Award for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So it was Ki Hwang Won. I believe I pronounced his name right. And it was a good film. Good action, good stunts. And it was a nice type of Western type of action comedy in a way. So it was a really well balanced. And I love how the actor was not really he was giving a downgrade version of John Wick, good involved, good with the gun ho, type of fighting style, and the comedy. But John Wick doesn't have comedy. He has more of one-liners, but not really always at that. It's more of the it's more about the action. But with this movie, it has the flavor of comedy. It has the flavor of a few characters you feel bad that gets murdered, and it's pretty cool action moment. So I do recommend that anybody is looking for a nice movie to watch and is a good movie to, if you have a wife in this package deal, go watch it with your partner and you won't fall asleep. It's a good hour 23 minutes. And honestly, I'll give this film a 3.5 out of 5 out of 10. I'll give it honestly a 7.8 out of 10. It was really enjoyable and straightforward.
Well,
Yes,
I
will just say real quick, I had talked about this with you during Valentine's Day that you wanted to watch the movie.
Yes,
so
I did. I really did.
I'm still crazy at that. It's that high. I've heard just it's a good time killer. But I'm glad ultimately after all that time you still watched it and you enjoyed it.
It was a good time killer, but I'm not expecting this to be a fucking Oscar film or expecting this to be just a fucking Avengers Endgame or John Wick. I'm expecting to come in and watch a good film that is learning about action, love, and learning assassins being lonely and them also being in their own creative mind. It was straightforward. And to me, not every film needs to be a 10 out of 10. To me, films that is literally 7 out of 10. As somebody who works in the industry, I know the amount of hours they put in this film. So knowing a film got filmed for an hour 23 minutes, that means they filmed for almost a good 30-40 days. And the film was self-contained, and I'm hoping that some of these actors that were the thugs and everything, hopefully they get more roles in the future because they were actually believable. And it reminded me of the movie called Bullet Train. If anybody remembers that one, this is what it reminds me of. Not John Wick. I will give this comparison better to Bullet Train, where it had who was in that film? Bad Bunny was in
Brad
it,
Pitt,
Brad Pitt
Bad
and Joey
Bunny.
King, and Aaron Taylor Johnson as well. So I would give this much better comparison. That Love Hurts into a similar style to Bullet Train.
Okay, I'm glad overall you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
the
I do
movie
recommend
still
it. Like
forgot to
Crash,
tell you.
if you want to check it out, it's a good film. You will enjoy it. Well, knowing you'll probably give this as a 7 or 7.5 out of 10.
No, 100%. I'll give it 10 out of 10, 100%. But it's funny you say about love movies because next week I'm planning to watch Ballerina by myself. I've been thinking about watching it.
No,
and then
no invite. You don't want to go on a bro date?
I didn't know for the moment. Like I, it's on theaters, and I'm like, I probably won't watch it the first week. But I'm like, you know what, AMC.
I got
does
you.
like a Tuesday thing.
I got you. I'll go with you. I'll go where you live.
See,
I'll go.
look,
I
Chad,
got
we
you.
might have, we might have a date going on now with me and Vash. And then next Saturday,
and during Pride Month too. That's so cute.
Hey,
that's so adorable.
It's not weird to kiss homies goodnight, ladies and gentlemen. It's not weird to kiss homies goodnight.
It's not.
It's not. But
it's only weird it's only weird if you use tongue.
Yep, definitely, 100%.
But yeah, I'm also planning to watch this movie with the missus. It's also a date thing. It's called Materialistic. It's with Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
It's with Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah.
I've been eyeing on it for a long time. I also put it on our Discord if you guys want to see the things or like the reviews I put out for a lot of movies. Check it out definitely. But I have been putting on it for a minute. I showed the trailer with my missus and
very funny enough that you brought a few movies because I was also gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon because I saw one of the reviews, one of the people I trust, that they got emotional. Yeah. They got emotional about the film, which is pretty cool to hear that. But also it gets me scared / worried because I love the film. I love the trilogy.
First one's great.
Oh, the first one, second one is like, if people tell me what's the best sequel, I would literally say Shrek 2 or How to Train Your Dragon 2. Literally both are tied. Not saying that one is better than the other.
DreamWorks with How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, they literally hit. Like, I recommend anybody. The first one, the second one, the third one. The animated series that is after the third one or is between the first and second one. All of those are great. Any of those projects are amazing. Even the comics. I interview one of the comic book creators of How to Train Your Dragon that they continue the story. Sadly, that interview never saw the light of day because you spoiled something that was not supposed to be out yet. So it just kept private, but still one of my best experience. And that franchise is amazing. I'm gonna watch it, wifey, because the reason I brought that movie and a few of the movies that you brought up, I'm debating what I might get, not sponsor, AMC club member or Regal Crown reward. I might get one of those just for this month and for the next couple months because I believe you could get a ticket for yourself and your partner or like up to 4 tickets a week or something. So if it's only like $23 a month, I might just do it because it'll be cheaper than spending every single week to get one ticket if I want to actually go see Materialistic, if I want to go see Fantastic Four, How to Train Dragon, a few other movies, Ballerina.
Superman coming out too, can't forget.
Yeah, Superman as well coming out. Yep. Hell yeah. So like we have a lot of options. Good. So I'm kind of debating to
Cinema and games is getting peaked in June and July, ladies and gentlemen. You think you're gonna go out for the summer to go to the beach?
Yo.
Oh no.
The most funniest comment.
We're going to the movies.
Let's just say that. I hope they are.
Boys.
Look, I saw a comment that was hilarious that how do we get F1 and skip to F4? I saw that. Like, how do we just skip that to an F3? Which is not wrong because it's like the way they're both promoting just with F1 and F4, it kind of does look like it, which is kind of like perfect marketing.
I mean, just like the other movies, it's all about family.
Yeah.
Family over everything.
Family.
If only they had a movie called right now F11, it would have been perfect. F1, F4, and F11 the same fucking summer.
God damn.
I'm going to super kick you.
You know that we are going to get an F11, I believe, because that is the last one of the Fast and Furious franchise, I think, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Last I heard.
But yeah, so those are my plans to see Materialistic and a few others. So I'm kind of debating to get that and see rewards it because it would just be easier and cheaper.
It pretty much pays
for
itself
itself
after you go twice.
Yeah,
Like,
so it'd be worth
literally,
it.
Yeah. If you
And
go
then
to
I
the
can be like,
movies at
yo,
least
Crash,
twice a
let's
month.
go use it for Dana and a few others, and a few others movies coming out. Like Studio Ghibli is re-showing a few movies this summer and this fall. So I'm like, oh, I could see Totoro. I still haven't seen Totoro, so I could see that.
It's funny you say
Yeah,
that.
damn it.
No,
damn it.
it's
Yeah.
funny he says that because my wife, I forgot the name of the movie already, but it was Studio Ghibli movie. I had heard about it. I have never watched it.
What's it about?
No, I have seen it. I'm sorry. Ponyo. She has never seen it. She was
Never
so
seen
intrigued. She has never seen it. I've seen it. So I was like, oh,
What?
we have to watch that in
Ponyo's
theater.
so
4K
adorable.
and everything. It's
You
so
got
good.
Liam
She's seen the
Neeson.
trailer and she was like, the question I personally have is, do I make her watch it in subbed or dubbed? Because Studio Ghibli movies, both ways, are amazing in their own right. So I'm in a position.
I feel
where
like
don't
dub.
know. So
If she's used to already for dub, I feel like when it comes to Studio Ghibli, they are well adapted in a dub language. So I feel like those are good choices. Sub, if
the dub has Liam Neeson in it.
Yeah.
So.
and
yeah.
and the sub, it really depends on how if she's used to reading fast, because I feel like with Studio Ghibli they do speak fast in most of their films. So if she could catch up with that, then if she's already used to like how we are when it comes to
I'm
sub.
sorry, mommy, I love you, but no, the fuck you can't. You already struggled with Apothecary Diary, so I already know. If you can't, you make me go back 10 seconds. I can't rewind the fucking movie theater. I'm sorry. You want dub? I'll give you dub.
I feel you that at times I like that with my girl.
Ghibli movie, I could let that slide. You want dub? Sure, mommy. That's all you. Anything else? Fucking subbed. I will not take no as an answer. I'm sorry.
Agree.
You owe it to her to show her many Studio Ghibli movies.
Yes, sir. I plan to show her nothing but greatness.
Ponyo. What? Oh shoot! What is it? Howl's Moving Castle. That's a good
Oh
one.
my God, Howl's Moving
Princess,
Castle.
Those are like the
Princess
basic ones you watch.
Mono,
Yeah, Princess Mononoke.
yes. I want to watch
Porco
that again.
Rosso. That's one that surprised me. Like I watched that with a friend of mine in college, and if anything, that might be one of my favorite ones. Like except minus the ones that people always talk about. Nah, Porco Rosso, that's up there. That shit was good.
I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron yet. I actually have to watch that eventually.
That one was good. It was good.
The recent ones is something like you're like okay, cool, it's there, but like you don't have to like go immediately like okay, there's time. It's gonna be around for a while. I got other things on my plate. Let's like someone says no, it's coded. You got to then for sure.
There was one I forgot what it was called. It was about this guy who was like building airplanes or something. That one was really good too. I forgot what it was called though.
Building airplanes. I'm staring at their lineup right now. I'm trying to see an airplane poster. Spirit of
He's really getting rid of the photos.
House Moving Castle.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of.
No.
It's like that and Spirited Away, people, and Princess Mononoke.
Like,
oh my god,
what a time to be alive! Just
and the Kiki Delivery
in
Service
any
too.
kind of animated aspect.
Oh yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service.
That's the one I was thinking about. Yes. Oh, that one's great. I had to rewatch that too. With
fantastic.
Oh, that was fucking beautiful. Cast in the Sky, Grave of the Fireflies. Only yesterday.
Grave of the Fireflies was Ghibli?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ghibli.
Grave of the Fireflies. An hour and 28 minutes. Oh wow.
I would recommend that. You gotta be in a mood. Like you gotta be in a certain mindset to watch Fireflies.
And that's where I haven't been lately. So for her to tell me like she hasn't seen Ponyo, I'm like, you know what? For you, mommy, I would do that. I can get down for a day and just watch a bunch of Studio Ghibli films. Like, oh, why not? You know what? The road.
I was gonna say, when you get to Grave of the Fireflies, though, make sure she's prepared for that one, because that one is
ready.
Whew, that one's heavy. That one's heavy.
I know she's not ready, but I know she's ready for a great time.
Is Ponyo Studio Ghibli? Because I didn't see it here.
It should be.
I'm pretty sure Ponyo's Studio Ghibli, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Don't make me look it
is.
I'm like, no, don't make me think about that now. I'm like, 100% sure.
Don't make me second guess myself.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that.
Oh, I trick him. I trick him.
Oh my gosh. Here you
Nah,
go.
but it's a good lineup for you to see what is about to
Mhm.
come up for you in that aspect. So that's nice. That's a good lineup.
A lot of movies potentially all of us are going to be watching very soon. So stay tuned, chat, for a lot of reviews, a lot of
Yeah,
hot takes.
maybe some social media reviews, out of the theater reaction. Those quick thoughts would be nice to see. So stay tuned for that. But
Mhm.
like Crash said earlier, before I interrupted, Whawkins, talk to us. How's your life
Oh,
going?
man, life is life, and that's all I gotta say about that. Uh, Besides movies, we'll talk about the one movie I saw between episodes later on that I fully regret. Uh,
Damn,
I s- I
can't wait
still
to
need
break
to
this down.
finish. I still need to
Winston,
finish Last of Us season 2, so there's that. I don't.
yes,
It's
in
only one
Spanish.
episode. It's only just the last episode. Now, video game wise, though, I have to cope with the fact that we're not getting GTA 6 this year, so I made the very smart but also dumb decision to restart GTA 5. And man, I love it. I love the game. I love it so much. It's still so much fun. Um, but I'm glad you brought up Game Pass because one game I downloaded from Game Pass was Doom: The Dark Ages. Now,
Ooh, my
I have
boy.
never I have never played a Doom game before. And
Oh
I
boy.
knew they did like a few extra things, I guess, lately. Like I think like back in 2016 when they released that game or whatever.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Uh this is a lot of fun. Holy crap. Like you can get a lot you can get a lot of catharsis out of just ramming into some demons and all that. Oh my god. When I got the shield that gets like the blades on it and it's
Oh,
like a
you talking
saw
about the
shield.
chainsaw one?
You just
Yeah.
throw that shit and like on bigger enemies it just like sticks on them. I'm like, oh, that's so good. And then like, dude, I love the shotgun in it. Like I have the shotgun and I think you can get like this oh, what was it? You could like make them burn and all that.
All the incendiary
Dude.
rounds.
Yeah, dude. It's just so much fun.
Have you beaten the game
Highly
yet?
recommend if y'all have Game Pass for it. I haven't touched it in like a week though, just because
Okay.
again, life be lifing, but I do plan on beating it, and it's just a lot of fun. And then the other game, hopefully we don't get in trouble with Nintendo and Game Freak for this, or at least me. I'm playing a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Pokemon Emerald Imperium, which is it's basically like Radical Red. And for people who don't know what Radical Red is, uh, it's basically harder version of Pokemon Fire Red, but better. So you got like level caps and all that. They've got like all the
Ooh.
gimmicks from like all the games. So like they changed like Gigantamax and Dynamax into Mega Evolutions. So like you just have like Mega Evolution for the whole game and all that. You got like the special legendaries, the Ultra Beasts, all those are in the game. It's just a lot of fun because like you're going through Pokemon Emerald with these newer Pokemon for one. The level caps you get, I mean, great, makes the game even harder. The AI is a lot harder, so thank you for that too. Um, it's just a lot of fun, man. It's what Pokemon should be, but unfortunately, they want to cater to the children and all that, not the 30-something-year-olds who've been playing this since it dropped. But that's neither here nor there. When it comes to anime and manga, though, um, still keeping up on my normal anime for the weekly. So check out those reactions over on the Vault channel, or how they're screwing up my Ranger Reject, and how Windbreaker has been very solid with really good character work. But I'll talk about more of that when the season actually ends. Uh, but here's the moment, everybody, where I give you a little bit of a catch up to where I am with my Mushoku Tensei volume, like my light novel audiobooks
Tell
listening.
us.
Talk to us. It's been a
Um,
while.
I've gotten into volume 15 now. So I'm in the stuff that's like brand new to me, past season 2 now. Um, no one is ready for season 3, depending on what they actually decide to animate. But that's besides the point. Nah, this stuff has been great. Like volume 13, still a bunch of the slice of life stuff, which is good. Like, proud of my boy Rudy for finally getting a threesome. And for those of you who know, you know. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Vash, watch and or read and or listen to Mushoku Tensei. It's a really good isekai.
I wonder if that's gonna be happening in the anime. Like, how are they gonna adapt him having a threesome?
I mean,
come on, animators, bless us.
They don't show it or like describe it in the volume, but he does lead them to a hotel.
So then
that's
it's
all I'm gonna
implied.
say. I mean, they talk about it. They actually do talk about like, oh, this is what you want to do. All right. It literally, like they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, fine, that's fine. Oh, the child's fine. All right, fine. Yeah, we're good tonight. Awesome, great. Oh, I have work tomorrow. All right,
that one, we'll still fuck. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was mainly volume 13. Volume 14 had a lot of lore dumps. Rudy and a couple other people returned to the Demon Continent for some stuff. Again, I'm being very vague. I don't want to say too much because, like, it's just really good stuff. And if I say anything more, it will be spoiling. But I'm like halfway through volume 15 now. There's a lot. There's a lot, man. There's just so much that just gets revealed, that just gets like teased. I'm in the middle of like this huge fight that's going on with a certain dragon god that comes back.
Dragon
god? If you know, you know. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Vash, I'm still surprised. Like, how have you not watched, read, or listened to Mushoku Tensei? You're the isekai guy. Why am I the one here praising this thing?
You're praising 1 out of 200. I see. 1 out of 200.
And it's the best one. Fight me. I don't care. Which reminds me, I do need to go back to my ReZero rewatch. So
don't not mention that name around Grumman. Do not mention that name.
This man is cooked, ladies and gentlemen. Best believe when I finish my Jujutsu Kaisen, binge, I'm going to watch Mushoku Tensei, and if I finish that before Vash finishes it, or even Cyberpunk Edge Runners, or even ReZero, he is hooked with Grimmin. Let me tell you, but that's another story for another time. I'm just letting you know. I'm right behind you with that, Whawkins. I promise you that. Probably July or August. I'm finishing that.
I've also got links for the light novel if you care to read as well, because yeah, some legal sites.
Of course,
you know.
We like being blessed here in the Discord.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it's been fire, and probably by the next time we record, I might have more to say. But I'm just very happy that my favorite girl is back. And I can just rest easy knowing that she's going to be kicking ass, taking names. I'm excited. It makes me happy that I have some sort of joy in my life since I'm not getting a Switch 2 this week. And the possibility of being upset with any gaming news that comes out, which I probably won't be because I have low expectations going into Summerfest. So, hey, that means I'll be satisfied.
That's crazy. I should notice all 3 of us here don't have the access or the liberty that would be having a Nintendo Switch 2 at home.
Yeah.
Whoa! Speak for yourselves, gentlemen. Speak for yourselves.
So you have one?
The pre-order.
Oh, you got one for me.
I chose not to. I gave it up to my best friend so he can have it. I blessed him. I have decided that right now priorities in life are very important. You know, times are very challenging.
So again, all 3 of us are choosing not to have and Switch 2. Again, I go by my statement.
Yeah, I gave it up.
I've got to pay for Anime NYC, so it's just like after that, it's gonna be game on. The hunt will be on. Just
I live in New York, so
one was.
I'm good in that department.
You guys, Black Friday. Wait until Black Friday. Look, let everybody buy it. It's gonna be glitches and bugs.
The only thing that sucks, we could talk more about the Switch momentarily because I have more thoughts about that. Because
Yeah, let's wait until next week when they release it and see what comes up with the news. Because
Yeah.
right now it's not even there yet.
but
I mean,
Whawkins have.
all I got for my
Oh.
all I got for my Weebs Lounge anyway. So I was using that as a transition for you.
Yeah, you're so perfect.
See,
We see the bigger picture. So when it comes to transitions, what is he talking about, chat? Well, here we got our Otaku Big News Buzz Central, the polls on our Anime Lately podcast. Get ready to dive into the latest buzz, hottest news, and our spirited opinions. Not the spirited away, but on everything entertainment. And the first thing we got is the gaming news. So since we were already talking about Nintendo, before we talk about June 4th, like this episode is coming out the day of, but let's talk about June 5th first. Nintendo Switch 2 releases, and there's already that is 2 rumors right now. Rumor is some pre-orders are getting canceled because right now they're getting out of stock, and some stores like GameStop and a few others already have a sign given from Nintendo saying that they have a sign saying Nintendo Switch 2 out of stock. And the third thing is that they have a screen protector where they're telling the fans and audience that, hey, when you get the Switch 2, don't take off the screen protector. That's all. So
That's so
that's why I'm so glad I'm waiting for it.
so my
Yeah.
my comment of why I'm not getting it is one, is financials. That's one. I'm gonna be honest, chat, because my financials that are coming this month of June is going to the company that I'm investing in a few things that we're launching this month and next month. So I'm kind of putting my investment into other stuff. That's one. Don't worry, chat. You guys will see very soon what are those things that are coming out. So you guys will stay tuned for that. Number two is that I have a Switch that I barely use myself. So right now, if I have the Switch, I'm just use it for what I can do and have it for. The one thing I'm sad about is that I have content creators friends, as Rogers Base and a few other content creators that are big or small, that if they have gaming streams or party streams, I cannot be involved. I could join the voice call just to chit chat, or I could be a host, or I could do transitions and do something like that. But for me to actually partake, my ass is probably waiting until November, December of this year, which I'm okay with for financially and probably having a better area for my setup. But that's what it is. How about you guys? With Nintendo Switch 2 coming out this Thursday as June 5th, any quick thoughts about the Nintendo Switch or any additional thoughts from what we spoke about a few minutes ago?
You want to go first, Whawkins?
I mean, again, I'm kind of saving my money for Anime NYC in August, just because I know how expensive not only cons can be, but this is gonna be a convention in New York. New York is very expensive. Last time I was there, and that was like
Yes,
almost
sir.
10 years ago. So I can
Well-
only imagine.
Well, you
How
did
much more
pass by.
expensive
You did pass by a good 6-8 months ago. You did pass by.
Yeah,
You,
it's true.
you did give a little hello and then bye.
Yeah. I was really, really intoxicated that night. So
Yeah,
it was good.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Did we eat the bacon, egg, and cheese that morning?
Oh, I don't know. Did you?
Oh shoot, I don't think I did. So I guess I
Damn.
know one thing we have to
Yo,
do.
Crush, he was so out of it that he didn't really say bye to me after the
I
event.
just started walking.
He just was walking. Me and Lay,
Okay.
were like, what happened? My girl was like,
What the-
did he not say bye? I'm like, no, he didn't say bye. I'm a bit confused myself. He's like, oh, I guess, I guess it's down to business. You know, if you know what I mean. I'm like, yeah, I get it. He gotta hit that punani. I'm like, bam.
No comment
Damn.
on
I know.
that little chestnut, but yeah, no. So I'm gonna be waiting till Anime NYC because then the hunt will be on. Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoy the hunt a little bit because then it just kind of means a little bit more. Find it in the wild because like with my Switch, when I got the Switch 1, it was like maybe 2 or 3 months after it released that I got it, and I mean that it's frustrating sometimes, sure, but like it was just fun kind of hunting for it. The same with the PS5 when that come out.
I think I had
Not
got
the
the
first
Switch.
one, the one that came out in September. I was so November. Excuse me. I was so
I
hyped.
think I got the Switch a year or two after its release. So I think the following year of March or the following 2 years of that March is when I got it. and well, my
That's how I
own
was
money
with my
too.
Xbox.
So I was proud of it because I didn't ask nobody for the money. I worked for it. I built it up, and then I think I did it unexpectedly. I was walking around the Nintendo store in America, right here in Times Square. So I was walking around. I went to the store, bought it, came out. I'm like, fuck it, no regrets.
Yeah.
I was like, shit,
Yeah.
why not? And that's the same thing I did with my Xbox. With the fridge, I literally just bought it because I'm like, yo, I never owned an Xbox. And then I decided, yo, I've been busting ass in the entertainment industry. I'm working my ass off. Yeah, let's buy it. And that's what I did.
Yeah, why not?
It felt good.
So, but what about you, Crash?
2017. God damn.
Yeah, so yeah.
Dude.
So I'm about to switch
8
either
years ago.
2018 or 20. No, wait. I started dating my girl in 2018. I got it in 2018. Yeah, I got it in 2018 because I got it. Yeah.
I had gotten it that Christmas as a gift from my wife. So
Nice.
that year alone, I was what, a couple months behind. Yeah, so like good 9 months, March roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
December. So
Yeah, it came
All
out
right,
like
so yeah, so all three of us got it like 6 months to a year later. All right, it's not bad.
yeah, we went not that far off.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I just want to be part of.
And we
the
might
collection.
repeat again. We might wait another 6 months to get it
Yeah.
again.
My thing is,
it just means more.
Yeah,
Just
which is
finding it
fine.
In the wild like that, you know.
Is-
And plus, like after some time, they start rolling out the ones that are
Much better condition. The
little
bugs,
better?
yeah, the bugs
Yeah.
fixes and everything. Which that's kind of I
OLED
did.
coming
That's
back?
kind of what I did with my.
yeah, I want the
From
old
Xbox. I got my Xbox in the random summer after it's been released already, and I'm happy with it. I don't pay as much as I should, but I still pay for Game Pass because one, I'm not gonna get rid of that shit because I have the OG Game Pass, meaning that it's for PC and Xbox. Now
Yes, sir.
where is bought exclusively one or the other. Now I got one still for both. I'm not canceling that shit. Not anytime soon.
Hell no.
I have an old membership.
No.
I'm keeping that shit. But so we're Nintendo, and now chat. There's not going to be a full dive conversation, but we have another 3 fucking showcases this week, back to back almost. We have State of Play that just got announced. Literally, the day of this recording of Tuesday that we're recording late, we got it announced the morning of or the night before of Monday. Literally, a State of Play being at 5 p.m. The day of this recording is being released on June 4th. This is being released at 5 p.m. EST when it comes to State of Play from PlayStation/Sony. We have Summer Game Fest on June 6th. Any predictions, chat? Let us know of your thoughts because it comes down June 6th. And then Xbox Showcase on June 8th. That's Sunday. Who's excited about this? Crash, I'm going to pass this to you first. Any thoughts about the Game Fest? About the State of Play as what is happening with Xbox Showcase? Are you pissed off like I am? Why do we have 3 fucking showcase within 3 fucking days within the same fucking week from Wednesday through Sunday?
I just want you to know that I took a minute just to take a bite or something, and he called me out like, "Hey, you want to go first?" While I start food in my mouth, like, "Okay, cool, sure, I can do
You know
that."
what's funny? I didn't see you chewing until while I was doing mid transition. I'm like, fuck, I can't rebounce this back. I'm ready, like, point at him. Like, hopefully, by the time I'm stalling, adding more thoughts, he could just finish chewing, and then it could go his turn.
No, no, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I'll make this very quick and simple. No, I do not care. I really do not. I'm sorry. I personally am a type of guy where I would love to be in the moment watching all this. But I have a life, unfortunately, and I have work. You know, I have to take care of my family, kids, all that. So, realistically, I'm gonna have to see the trailers after they release and watch them on my free time. Like, for example, right now with The Witcher 4, with the Unreal Engine, I just finished watching it right now, right before the podcast ended.
Which
I
that was
really
amazing.
into it. Yeah, I love where they're going
Yeah.
right now with the direction with the technology. If you're not familiar with like the graphic designing or just like the rendering of how they're working with this, don't worry, you're not doing it. A lot of people don't get it either. You know, you gotta be very
like
technology like to get to it.
if you're a tech person or you like the whole type of developing of games and animation, then you go dive into it, chat. Like, go check out. It's really beautiful. But if you don't really care about the whole details and game graphics, how it's done, then it's not for you. That's honestly like my straight honest take.
But it was nice to see, you know, Siri growing up. You seeing a little bit more of like the story with The Witcher 4 and everything, which I'm very excited for. That's something I'm going to pre-order, play, walk through, and all. But for everything else, I have no expectations. I know there have been some games that have been announced that are going to release later on in the year or maybe potentially next year. A lot of things are cooking right now. I just want to see what is being brought to the table, what's going to be shown. I have no expectations. Whatever I see, I'll be happy about. If I don't hear any crazy news, cool, whatever. At least these games are being released. Some people may like it, some people may not. But me personally, I'm a very niche kind of guy. I'm very picky with my games. Really depending what's coming out. With Persona games, probably the Call of Duty games, something like that. There's always gonna be something coming around. I just have to wait to see for the trailer. I would love to be in that moment when they're doing the whole showcasing, but unfortunately, due to timing, I just won't be there around. But probably my co-host will be there to cover that. Talk more about it, dive into it, and give their takes on how they feel about good games are being released. Right, Vash?
For State of Play, no, because it's Wednesday when it happens. And for those that don't know, Wednesday is a day I commit to spending time with my wife, going on dates or activities, whatever it's to her. Because I'm a content creator and I work in the entertainment industry. So usually when I make content, I'm always either busy with Whawkins on Sunday mornings or doing anime podcast recording or off the bench that night. So with Sundays and Saturdays, they're busy. So Wednesday we came to a mutual understanding. So that's why, and we're going out for a picnic. So I'm not gonna be watching State of Play. I'll probably be watching on my own time. Okay. Me and her going to Flushing. If anybody knows New York City and knows the movie A Men in Black, one where they show the two towers in a Flushing Park, that's where I will be. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
So pretty fun there.
The same spot.
Yeah, for those that are watching this video, if you live in New York City, you might not catch me there because by the time you guys watch this video, I might be there or might not. But hey, if you're there, just say hi. Just don't disturb and stay there too long. But yeah,
I know you're from that podcast I watch on YouTube.
Yeah, don't be like people.
I don't care for you.
Don't be people like in a pro wrestling arena where you see my wife taking a picture of me and don't say a hi, but then go on the stream later and be like, "Yo, I met Vash." I'm like, "You didn't meet me. You didn't come to me. You didn't approach me. You didn't approach me."
Okay. I didn't know we had fans like that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, great people. They just said, "Yeah, Vash was nice to see." I'm like, "But you didn't meet me, sir.
Yeah, you didn't say anything.
You didn't say a word. You can't say you met me. You can't say you met me. You didn't appreciate. You didn't approach me."
They're drunk as hell on my hotel bed, looking at the chat. The dude's like, "Yeah, I met you guys." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it was crazy.
I wasn't there.
Oh my gosh.
But Whawkins, talk to us. Care about the Summer Game Fest and also Xbox Showcase State of Play? Are you gonna be home watching it on your commute?
I mean, I might be listening in while I'm working, because I get off right when it's starting, so I'll probably be on the elliptical as the State of Play starts. But I mean, I kind of like Crash. I don't have high expectations. The only thing with State of Play I kind of want to see is just more of Ghost of Yote, because I need that game. I need Game of the Year to drop right now so I could play it.
I think you're talking about the game that already happened called Expedition 33.
Nah, it's a runner-up right now. It's a runner-up, but nah.
This year is going to be one of the toughest gaming award decisions for everybody, because a lot of great games have come out, honestly.
Already, yeah.
Very tough to decide.
Oh, yeah.
I think whatever comes out will be based on mainstream, kind of like the same thing with the Crunchyroll Awards. I mean, will we be disappointed what comes out? No, because everyone wants it. It would be really disappointing if it's an underdog that we didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Solo Leveling.
No.
Yeah.
Or like last year when Astrobot won Game of the Year. I wasn't really upset with it, because I'm like, okay, a platformer won, and then I played it. See, that's the thing. I actually ended up playing it after. Okay, you know what?
Same.
I understand it. I get this.
Even though I still haven't defeated the final boss, but it's because that shit pisses me off, and that's just a whole different story.
Yeah, it's a whole different other thing. I know there are gonna be the Kingdom Hearts people who are like, "Oh my god, this is our chance to get Kingdom Hearts news." It's just like, I doubt it.
We might get something Final Fantasy related. We might get something with that teaser, or maybe some type of shot.
Didn't they say the anniversary is coming up very soon? I think
2027.
Yeah.
So they still got a couple years.
Yeah. So a lot of people think the game will be released in 2027 for the Part 3 of 7 remake.
Yeah.
Cause that will complete the trilogy.
the Game Fest stuff, I don't really I the companies who are going again, and I don't feel like spending the time right now to look through that list. Uh, with the Xbox Showcase, it's probably gonna be more of here's what's coming to Game Pass, because that's really all Xbox really cares about is Game Pass
Which
shit.
I tell anybody, if you have an Xbox and don't have Game Pass, you are losing out. If you have PC and don't have Game Pass, it's literally $20 a month to play any of them 1,000 games in the lineup. Call of Duty, you have literally
$20. They're charging me 12, and I charge the first 2 weeks $1.
Well, sir, I said up to $20. Up to $20 because I play the old membership, the $20 one that comes with Xbox and PC of them. Also, by the way, quick side comment talking about Xbox Showcase. This is my theory that Xbox Showcase 2025 will be the announcement. Will be the announcement of Steam being included in their lineup of Game Pass. Because
that would be nice.
Because that's the rumor. I've been seeing rumor of Steam being included in the homepage for the past week or two in some
really nice
in some beta apps or some beta people, and I've been seeing the screenshots on my timeline, and man, I'm hoping that is real because one of my Steam games is on that profile, and that is the game Hades, and Game Pass doesn't have that no more. And if I get Steam on my fucking Xbox and I could play Hades again, yo, nut fucking button. I want that game again. I want to play that game. I want to die and repeat. And the music of that game, I highly recommend to anybody. Play that game, even if you buy it. I think it's like $10, $15.
Whawkins, I know you have a big take on this.
The only other game, and I'm so glad a friend of mine literally just messaged me like just a minute ago about it. Give me more information on Digimon Time Stranger. Gosh, I almost forgot that game's supposed to be coming out this year, and I need it. That my follow up to freaking oh my gosh, why am I name Cyber Sleuth, like my Digimon story games?
I remember when the tease that. Yes, I remember you talking about that.
Well, like, that's the thing. It's supposed to be coming out this year, so yeah. Give me more news. Give me your freaking release date. You guys didn't give it to me on the Digimon Day. Give me the release date, or maybe they did. I don't know.
I can't wait to see what we're gonna get from Game Fest, since they also call it round 1, because one of the partners is Magic the Gathering. So I wonder if they're gonna reveal like a booster pack.
Collab.
Yeah, collab.
Yeah, another collab.
Yeah, another collab.
The Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they do Final Fantasy currently right now. Yeah. So it might be the final revealed, maybe of the fantasy, or the next one of the next collab they're doing. Other than that, I'm hoping to see Sega. They could announce another Sonic game or in like a Sonic teaser.
The racing game came out, I think, this February, if I'm not mistaken.
So,
not that long ago.
Some leaks are coming out from that, but be careful online with like that Sonic racing game that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
Some leaks on some skins are coming out, so be wary.
So okay, so that's probably what I saw. That's why it gave me a image of something Sonic related. Because I saw like some image. I just don't know what it was, but I saw like a couple of days ago. I think like what were we on Tuesday? I think I saw that on Sunday or something.
Yeah. There's images leaking. There's already about it coming out. Yeah.
Blumhouse.
I can't wait to talk about it.
I can't wait to see what the horror genre gives, because I'm hearing rumors of Blumhouse and a few other games coming out with some really cool stuff for VR. I know this also was a gaming news, but I didn't add it, but it just made me remember because I believe I just saw the Warner Brothers symbol, or I believe with Epic Games, but Multiverse is fully shut down on Steam. The game is not playable or not downloadable.
Thank God.
I feel bad for the people that enjoyed it. Yo, that game has so much potential. Yo, come on, Crash. Come on, game. Yo, that game has so much potential, man. So much fucking potential.
It had.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It had, man. My nigga. Puta. It had.
I mean, if it's like anything, they should have learned from Anthem. Should have been so much more better than that. And that other game that we don't speak about. But anyway, since you skipped on me on the Xbox showcase, I was just gonna say.
Oh no! I'm not gonna skip. Hey, I ask you in general, so don't throw shade. But tell me, what do you have thoughts on Xbox? Who literally just got the PC version?
Oh no! I mean, had an Xbox. I dabbled Gears of War actually. The prequel, I think there was a trailer for it last year. I'm actually want to know more information about that coming out. I actually really want to know how that's gonna come out. Another Halo game I wouldn't mind, but if it's gonna come out in another year or two, I could wait. No biggie. But it would be nice to know what direction that studio. Fuck, I shouldn't remember the name. 53. Is going with it.
Yeah.
That was 364 or 365, I think it's called.
Yeah, I should know it. I'm sorry, guys.
I think
Please
it's
don't give me the comment.
353.
Yeah, 353. I think
Yeah.
353. I should know about that. But yeah, I can't wait to see more of
343.
I was closer.
Close
I was
enough.
closer.
We were closing up. I'm like 364, 355.
I was in double digits. I was way off, but
yeah,
so,
343.
Halo. I'm looking forward to stuff like that. Want to see what they're bringing down to the table because I have heard about that last year and haven't heard anything since.
There
But
are
other than
rumors for,
that-
like Persona 4, like a revamped one, like they did with like Persona 3 and all that.
Yeah, Persona 4, but the main character, VA, is not going to come back, unfortunately. It's
I
very
think
tragic.
that is a marketing ploy because like
Marketing,
did
Kevin.
it was like him and a couple other voices came out from the game and all that, and some people were like, okay, nah, this has got to be something. This has got to be like a marketing thing.
I mean, maybe they're saying it because they can't say it and they're just lying.
Exactly.
Fine, for sure. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen that, like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be an Endgame. Comes out, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to be Civil War. Comes out Civil War, like, fuck. But
Don't worry. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's not in this movie. He's not Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Those reactions to that was so priceless.
Yeah, that was just a random ghost just punching our boy the lizard from the Statue of
Lizard,
Liberty,
yeah.
just getting punched by random ghosts. See, that was when that was a debris, right? That was a debris.
The Incredibles meme where he's like, look, right there, and I'm
You
like,
see it?
huh?
Coincidence?
I think not.
I-
But yes, chat. As you see, we have 3 events that we will be covering next week on the podcast of episode 182. We'll literally be covering State of Play. We'll be covering the release on Nintendo Switch. Any thoughts? Any people maybe drop? Maybe maybe we'll be a guest on the show. But we got the Summer Game Fest coverage and the Xbox Game Show. So we have a lot of things to talk about for next week's show. So it will be a full game coverage news show. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, please let us know down in the comment section down below. So our last thing to talk about before we jump in to our Lilo and Stitch live action coverage is the Tudum 2025 coverage. The reason I keep saying Tudum, we have a fucking sound effect that has a whole fucking like Comic-Con event, which is crazy. But let's go knocking it down first. Whawkins, what do you want to start us first with the first thing of the event?
I'm seeing a little Squid Game season 3 trailer coming. I told Vash before we started this, I didn't watch this trailer mainly because I want to kind of go into season 3 as blind as possible, because and that's kind of how I went into season 2. So, and I've really enjoyed season 2. So I'm high expectations because Squid Game is a really good series. So yeah, I'm glad we're getting it this month. By the end of the month, we'll be watching Squid Game season 3. The series will hopefully be over and done with, and we'll talk about it on this show. We'll break it all down. We'll either bitch and moan about it, or we'll sing high praises for it. Crash will probably give it a 7 out of 10, say it's mid and all that, and we'll be
100%.
Oh yeah, for
the
sure.
rest of our days.
Oh, 100%. Glad we understand
Quick
that.
thing, chat. Also, we will be talking about Squid Game for our episode 186. That episode will be a pre-record, so we'll be talking about that for episode 186. That'll be a Squid Game review instead of having it as a solo video. We'll be talking about season 3, even though I'm gonna call it technically season 2.5 is what I'm gonna call it, but season 3 review of Squid Game. No, because Squid Game is calling it on season 3, which I think is only 4 episodes, which is whatever it is.
It's only 4 episodes?
Yeah, from
It's
what
a
I heard.
continuation of what we saw, yeah. So
Yes.
continuation, what
I thought
happened
it was gonna
after?
be like 4 episodes though. Huh.
At the
Huh.
moment, that's why I heard the rumor. There's no confirmation. Like it hasn't been confirmed from Netflix saying it's 4. So
They're not
but
doing
from
that
what?
thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna drop 4 episodes, and then 4
Oh,
weeks later you'll get the other 3.
If
don't
they
worry.
do that,
Don't worry. We have
Yeah.
that news later for another series from Netflix of what's happening with them, with 3
Where's the
different
cow?
fucking
Where's
volumes.
the cow to milk?
We have it 3 different volumes. But look, I'm excited for Squid Game. I'm on the same boat like Whawkins. I didn't watch the trailer because it comes out in literally, we on June 3rd recording right now. It literally comes out in 24 days. It's literally 24 days.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm not impatient for it. I have anime to keep me entertained. I have Fortnite to keep me entertained. I have Apex. I have recording this. I have Weebs of the Ring content. I have Money in the Bank. I have Night of Champions. I have friends to talk to, and I have a wife to feed me. I have a lot of things to do.
Crash, he's just gonna add that last part in there. Gotta keep adding that.
You know, that's how I roll. That's, you know me.
Oh my god.
But how about you, Crash? Any excitement for Squid Game?
I do. That ending from season 2 was a big mindfuck, to say the least. I have a lot of
Questions?
expectations. No expectations for season 3. I pray it ends in a way where everyone can be genuinely happy. And I really hope this series gets a big award on top of it. We're getting it in season 1, because I don't know if you guys know the story behind Squid Game, but I know the director, you know, the guy who made Squid Games originally, went to everybody to try to make it, you know, get on TV and everything.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
it took
rejected
him. It took him 8 years. It took him 8 years to
Yeah,
make it.
it took him, but that's dedication. He did not falter. He worked his ass off. He did
He
whatever
believed
he
himself.
can to make it happen. Yeah, and I respect people like that who, you know, when you have a passion, a dream, and, you know, I forget the name, starts with the P, potential to have something that could be great. Patience is key. Patience is very key. And this man waited. He put out season 1, and that's probably one of the most, like, you know, controversial shows of that time. You know, got the award. He was crying his eyes out in the award ceremony. I seen that, and I was like, don't worry, you're gonna cook. You're gonna cook with season 2. You're gonna cook with season 3. And oh boy, did he cook with season 2! And now season 3 is coming up. A baby's involved? Question mark. We got a boy now. Man, it's gonna set up a girl doll. Who knows? There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes for season 3, and I just can't wait. I really hope it's not 4 episodes, but you know, time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
If it is 4 episodes, hopefully like the last like 2 or like 2-hour long episodes. And if you know about a certain other series that's getting milked on Netflix, yeah, they can do it. They can do
Yeah,
it.
it's possible. So don't worry, chat.
Speaking about milking, when the fuck we get into Witcher season 4? I'm waiting on that, bro. As much as I don't want to watch that.
Never.
Never. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna kill that. Once Henry Cavill left, I didn't even watch season 3. I still haven't watched that. I'm like, I'm just like, I am. Hey, I know they filmed season 4. They probably don't have a teaser or a trailer yet, but I know they were filming Liam Hemsworth as the new Witcher for season 4. But that's all I know.
God, disgusting, bro. Please, Henry, I know you're doing Warhammer for 40,000. Do what you gotta do. Make it heat. I don't mind, but please, Netflix, pay him whatever this man needs. Give us fucking him back for The Witcher season 4.
It's not Crash. Not even about the money. Remember, he was mad of how they wanted to be doing a good adaptation. Is what he was mad about. That they wasn't being close to the actual source material.
I mean, they were missing a lot of stuff from the books.
Yeah.
But I was genuinely fine with it.
Yeah.
For sure. For somebody who, and believe me, the books are long. If you're not a reader like me, it's going to take too long, or you're going to be like gone, and then you're going to you need to have the attention span to really focus into the books. For me, it is what it is. It's, for Netflix trying, I was genuinely, pleased. I see where they did where the first season you see nudity, and then season 2 maybe a little bit skinny here, and then cover right back up real quick. I was so upset by that, but hey, whatever. But I hope season 4, whenever it comes out, it holds up true, because If it doesn't, I'm just gonna bring up the meme on my background and just say, "Look at how they massacred my boy," because Henry Cavill really carried it for season 1 through 3, realistically.
But talking about more trilogy, more seasons, and new cast, we have a Wake Up the Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery. Benoit Black is back on the case in Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery. It's a new mystery, new cast, and it's coming to Netflix December 12th. In case you didn't know, Benoit Black is back in the case, and this time he's not alone. During the live show and star-studded as case of Wake Up the Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery, including Daniel Craig, Glenn Close, Josh Brolin, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Sally Spacey, and Daryl McCormack join writer and director Ron Johnson to unveil an exclusive sneak peek at the third installment of a Knife Out saga. So now they're calling it a Knives Out saga. The mystery officially unravels. The film premieres globally on Netflix December 12th. So in case you guys haven't seen the two previous Knives Out saga films, have you? That's the first question. And two, are you excited to see the third installment? Because I am. I've seen the first one. I missed out on the second one. Haven't found the time to really, sit down and check it out. But I've heard great things about the second film, so I'm very happy about that.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you when it comes to the second one. I just haven't had the time to really, or the patience, I guess, maybe, to just kind of sit down and watch the second one. Mainly because I kind of heard it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, from what I heard, the first one was like a 9 out of 10 or like a 9.2 out of 10 from what a lot of people would say, and the second was like a 8 or 8.2. So not as good, but still good, which is not a bad thing. But I'm happy to see that third one was on it. I know the second one had our boy Batista on it as well.
Yeah. But because I was actually working at the Alamo Draft House when the first one came out, so I got to see that movie, like the first one, multiple times.
It was great.
Oh, dude, it gets so much better each time you watch it.
Yeah, because the more things you notice, Chris Evans, the little small things that you actually miss on what he did, and then how you can notice the villain or the person that did the killing, and it was really well done. Like, I love those films because you start to catch who was it, like who was the bad guy, who was the actual murderer, like who was the mystery person, and then it's between you against yourself, against your friends, like by you guys trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually watch the second one so I can watch the third one.
Same. How about you, Crash? Have you seen the first one or the second one? Have you seen the saga?
No, I don't plan to either. I think Daniel Craig did an amazing job with the movies, but
you have no interest in seeing it?
I don't want to give you guys my hot take on it. You guys love it. I'll give you.
You're already here. Talk to us. I'm already asking you. Talk to us. What's your hot take that most likely we're not gonna like?
Yeah, so there was another series of I don't know what the name of it. I think it was like a series of not that, but it's like an old man, not Daniel Craig, but it's like another old man like figuring out mysteries. It was I think the third installment in the film, and I seen it I think 2 years ago with my best friend, and it was in Italy, and it was like a murder / like horror kind of thingy.
Are you talking about Kingsman?
No, not Kingsman. It is kind of like Knives Out. I just don't know the name of it. It's an old man, and he's trying to figure out these murder mysteries with like a bunch of people. It's kind of just like it is pretty much like Knives Out.
Was it Death on the Nile by chance?
No, I wish I could.
Was it that series of movies? Because I remember they remade
the movie I specifically saw took place in Italy. They went to Italy to do that. And it was so fucking boring. I actually fell asleep in the movie theaters, and everyone was so mad at me because I was.
Was it with Adam Sandler? Was it Netflix?
No, it was in movie theaters. It was with an old guy. I don't know his name. There was a bunch of other people with it too. They weren't people that I really know about. But he is a detective. He figures out, solves mysteries, whatever. Kind of same thing with Knives Out. So because of that movie that I saw,
was it the Pink Panther?
No, hell no. It came out 2 years ago. No? Okay, well, the point is, that killed it for me for Knives Out, so I didn't even want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I had seen the reviews. I'm not saying it's bad. Daniel
Mhm.
Craig is cooking up with a gourmet meal with his acting, with everything, and he now is going to the third installment. So by no means am I saying that any of the movies are bad at all. Would I give it a chance? Probably in the future, but not in the near future right now, because I have a lot of other movies to watch. Um, but I mean, in my layman terms, I think it's dog water. I'd watch better other horror or mystery
Was
movies that are
it
a lot more better than that.
a Haunting in Venus? It came out
Yeah,
in 2010.
Hunting Beast, that shit. Yeah, that shit was the worst fucking waste of time, bro. I paid good money for
Yo, what's
that.
crazy is that I searched on Google, but then I say a movie involving mystery, location in Italy, main character old man question mark, and then the AI.
Literally, there is nothing more to say. There was a haunting in Venice, and they figured it out. That's it. Bro, it was
I
not
just love-
fucking scary.
I just love how
The
Google
mystery, I
said
figured
a few
out
films,
way.
a few films fit the description, and Haunting Vice was the first one, and it said 2023. I'm like, this kind of fits it because it said 2 years ago, because the other ones were
Yeah.
1986, 2013, 2015,
Yeah, this-
1952. I'm
there's
like,
a
okay,
similar
I got one.
I'm just gonna say right now off the bat, I guessed who the fucking murderer was. The whole mystery thing. It literally like halfway through the movie, and I told everybody, if I'm wrong, I would pay everybody back for their tickets, and I knocked out, and everyone was like, "You're so disrespectful when you hear story." I'm like, "Huh? What?" And then I wake up, not even a couple more minutes to the very end where they figure it out, and then the plot twist is real, which wasn't even a plot twist. It was just so obvious, and everyone's like, and I'm just like, did you guys not realize this shit? Am I just so big brain? Like, you guys couldn't, like, fathom that it's so obviously painful that it was that person? And then everyone looking at me like, how did you know? I'm like, I don't even have to be an assassin to just tell you, like, it was just so obvious. Like, it's, the clues were there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that movie killed it for me for Knives Out.
All right.
Will it be better? Yes.
I get it.
I just
I
don't
get
have
it
any.
because like it is kind of like a dry, because that's with like Knives Out. Like there's a bit of a dry humor with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you kind of have to be in the mindset to be like, all right, I'm just gonna be sitting here listening to people talk, and it's like, oh well, that's just any movie. It's just like, well,
It's
yes
a
and
good
no,
drama.
because, like the whole movie, yeah, is just like conversations
It's
happening.
like Studio,
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli. You gotta be in the right mood and right mindset to
But
really,
also-
like really entice with that.
It's killing Scooby Doo is what I tell people. Like, you try to find the mystery, but without the comedy, more drama. Because if they do Scooby Doo, they have the the costumes or the skins, but with the comedy of the Scooby snacks, the villains, and everything. But if you take out the comedy, take out the skins and the outfits and the villains, you just still have the drama of the mystery. That's kind of what I tell one of my friends that I thought was, and they kind of like it, and they actually watch the movie because of that reason.
And you just don't have to spend 1,500 V-bucks for the skin.
Yes.
Facts.
But what you could spend is $50 million in what could be the CGI adaptation of costing this one character alone, called 2020 Chopper is here. One Piece unveils a sneak peek of our boy, our best boy, the Doctor, and him, instead of him having one full paw of one hand, he has 3 fingers in that one paw, and we finally see the introduction of 2020 Chopper, and we have Monkey D. Luffy talking to him from the screen. So that's a good time that we see him talking, and I want to give it first to Crash. Any thoughts, quick thoughts of this Chopper characterization model of the One Piece live action?
Guys, I'm not up to date with One Piece, so I do not care. Pass. Whawkins, I'm pretty sure you have a better take than me. What do you think?
He looks fine. I think he does look good. I'm not gonna lie, the announcement was kind of cringe. How they were doing it, like you're just sitting there listening to live action Luffy being like, "Come on, Chopper!" Like it's kind of obvious he's talking to something that was already pre-recorded,
Yeah.
and just spouting the line. So like there was a bit of cringe with it too, and how they kind of forced some of the Chopper jokes in there, like the "Oh, don't flatter me, you bastards" and all that. Except Chopper didn't say bastards, so but that's fine. That's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks fine. You know, I think I'm glad I got to see him in motion.
That's
That
the
way
thing, in motion.
yeah,
That's what I matter for,
exactly.
because I saw a sneak peek of it a month or so ago
Mhm.
in some time in my life. Not gonna say where or with who or anywhere, but it was nice to see a little nice frame of a picture. But to see it in motion, nice to see that. That's what I was very.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that, like the motion, everything, the face, the voice cast. Nice to hear the voice cast as well of the person that plays
Yeah.
Chopper.
That's interesting too, because and I don't know if this was announced beforehand or not. I'm surprised they didn't try to do the thing like they did with Sonic. Excuse me.
Oh, by having
where
the
they
same
got
voice cast, the plays the
for
original
Tails.
Chopper, yeah, like the original Chopper voice.
So yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't try to. I'm blanking on who does Chopper's voice in
For
the
the
dub.
dub, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Top of
so
my head.
I'm just kind of surprised they didn't do that. But I mean, it kind of makes sense just because. I mean, they're trying to be different from it, so I get that. But I mean, at the same time, if you're trying to be different, why in the sub version of the Japanese you have the Japanese voice actors for the anime voice them? But
I think
whatever.
also we have a different voice when it's Chopper in his human form as well. I believe that there's a difference because Chopper.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I like that aspect. So that actually kind of changes a little bit with like just him having his devil fruit and all that. That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that we're getting a different
Interesting.
voice in his human form, but I don't think they announced that part yet. But I think that's
Mhm.
my theory. Is what I'm gonna call it to use that against me. Yeah, theory.
I know it's gonna be very cringe to talk about it, but I'm reading here about the voice actor. Lisa Ortiz did Chopper for 4 Kids, and then you have Brina Palencia for Funimation. So you have a couple of different people who did it. I just don't know, like we're talking like the beginning, like episodes of him.
No, the
or
current one is probably the one that's most recent. Is the current one that's playing
Michaela
Chopper.
Hoover. No,
Most
yeah,
like-
Michaela Hoover is the live action one.
Pause, because I'm reading this thing right now. I had no idea that the Raw stars that were there were the ones that announced this.
Yes, the Raw stars
I
are the
had
ones.
no-
Yeah, it
'cause
was
I'm
Rhea
reading
Ripley.
this.
It was Rhea Ripley, CM Punk, and Dominic, Liv Morgan, and the New Day.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
ones that announced the One Piece live
Yeah,
action.
even I was there. It was all over my Twitter. I actually
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
I mean, I knew they were there at the event. I didn't know they were the ones that announced the Chopper thing, because I know like the One Piece cast came out and all that. Or I think they did. I don't know.
No,
But-
I don't think they came out during the
didn't?
event.
Oh, okay.
No, from what I saw from the event, because I didn't see the actual event fully. I just saw the
Gotcha.
highlights.
Yeah, I didn't
So
either.
from the highlights I saw, the people that announced it was the people that we watched from Weebs with Ring, like the actual Raw stars that I mentioned,
That's crazy.
which is really
Wait,
ironic.
No, they Vash, they're watching. They're literally watching. How many One Piece references have I made during Weaves of the Ring? How many
Raw.
times have I
We
said
mentioned
that
the aura, the
Rhea
hockey.
Ripley have freaking hockey? Like, come on, man. Y'all are watching. You just decide not to say you're watching. Okay,
Yeah.
I see how it
They
is. Well, if
they
you
don't want to
are
give us
watching,
the
listen
V-Bucks.
here. Make it better.
They don't want to mention the V-Bucks credit and everything. But honestly, when it comes to this Chopper, I like it. I honestly don't have much thoughts about this, other than I'm glad we got the motion. The design is nice. The fur looks great. It reminds me. It gives me the vibe of a bit of Sonic with Alita Battle Angel. If you don't know what I mean by Alita Battle Angel mixed with Sonic, because Sonic is the design of the fur, and Alita Battle Angel is more of the cinematography and the color saturation, because Alita Battle Angel has that type of chroma brown type of color on the character, and that's what Chopper gives me with the red on the chopper of his hat and everything. So it kind of gives me the vibe.
Yeah.
Part 2 of that movie, whenever, like, please make it happen. Anybody.
Oh, Alita Battle Angel, you gotta talk to James Cameron for that one. But
Come on, my
His name is
boy.
James Cameron.
so let's talk about these rapid fire things, because I know we don't have much comments about that.
Yeah.
So we have here the Frankenstein. The only thing
Yes.
I'm gonna say this is Guillermo del Toro. Yes, I'm excited. I like his work. I'm a big fan of him. That's all I got. Any comments?
Just yeah.
Um,
Yeah. If we're doing rapid fire, then thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I
Crash.
think Oscar Isaac is gonna do a phenomenal job.
Oh,
acting
fuck
on
yes.
it, but I don't think the movie, the thing itself, is gonna be like anything crazy. I mean, again,
You're
same thing.
bugging. You're
Guillermo del
bugging.
Toro,
Guillermo del Toro's amazing.
Great man.
Have you not seen Pinocchio? Have you seen that fucking
No.
Hellboy? Hellboy from fucking Guillermo del Toro?
is the GOAT. I'm not
Yeah.
disrespecting that.
Pacific Rim?
Goated. I just don't think Frankenstein's been done so much. What could he put a spin-off on now that we haven't seen before is my thing. I've read the books, I've seen so many movies of it, even the old school ones. Like Frankenstein's an iconic monster. And by no means am I trying to disrespect this man and what he's trying to put out there. What I'm saying is it's been oversaturated and it's been done. You have to put the most unique spin on it for me to be convinced that this is gonna be straight heat. Otherwise, it's just gonna be an okay movie.
I'm just curious to see
I have seen it.
what type of Frankenstein we're getting. Are we getting which version? Are we getting like the horror version of Frankenstein, or are we getting the evil scientist but misunderstood type of Frankenstein? Like, which one are we getting? And that's what I'm excited for, because Guillermo del Toro, he always likes to dive into the mind of the monster and what makes him the monster. That's what he's always been, that creative person, and he loves having that type of horror feel. For another project I love of Guillermo del Toro is Troll Hunters. If anybody have not watched a Guillermo project of Troll Hunters on Netflix, that project, beautiful. If anybody understands,
Oh, that was really good.
when it comes to animation projects from Netflix, the two shows I always put highly up there. I'm sorry about Edge Runners, but to me it's not up there right now. But it's Castlevania and Troll Hunters. Both of those shows are
This
fucking
man
phenomenal.
fucking the fuck
I'm
out
sorry,
right now.
Troll Hunters cannot do what Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. I don't know if what it could do, what Troll Hunters has done. Troll Hunters fucking storytelling, the animation, the lore, fucking phenomenal. Crash, if you ever have a good 3 seasons of a show to put down and watch, I highly recommend Troll Hunters. The story, the animation, it puts the mythology, I believe a British mythology when it comes to King Arthur storyline, Merlin and everything, and they dive a bit more into that with magic. Really good, highly recommend. And that's one of my favorite Guillermo del Toro projects. Highly recommend it.
No comment.
No
Yeah,
comment.
no
All right.
comment.
Ah,
No comment.
cool. Anybody excited for Happy Gilmore? Because I don't really care for it, so I'm
in the middle.
All right,
I'm in the
cool.
middle because I do like the first one. So, and plus this one has MJF in it, and Becky Lynch makes a cameo. So it gets the middle thumb for me.
Well,
It gets the bar.
we are getting it in July 25th, so we're getting it very soon in the next month and a half. So it'll be happening after Fantastic Four, only on Netflix. So stay tuned for that. We might hear thoughts on it from Whawkins when it comes out that weekend. He might review it for us.
Maybe.
Crash, are you excited for Happy Gilmore?
Not really Adam Sandler fan. I like some of his movies, but it's nothing crazy for me. So it's there. You know, it's probably gonna be okay. Nothing crazy. But I mean, hey, if people want to see some like good or like something like new of Adam Sandler coming out, definitely watch it.
All right, we got the Stranger Things. Stranger Things release 5 release date has been revealed. We have Stranger Things is going with a bang. The cast just dropped a major update for season 5. Finn Wolfhard, Noah Schnapp, and Caleb McLaughlin took the stage to honor the show's unforgettable legacy with a little help from Millie Bobby Brown and Gaten Matasaru, who will be into the breaking news. The epic 5th and final season is coming up in 3 parts. Market candidates for 4 episodes drop November 26th.
Focus is Attack on Titan.
3 more
Yes.
arrive on Christmas Day, and the grand finale lands on New Year's Eve. Each volume goes live at 5 p.m. PT. So watch that means 8 p.m. EST only on Netflix within that time. So your boy, I'm announcing right now, starting in the month of August, I will be watching season 1, season 2 in September, season 3 in October, and season 4 in November before season 5. So I'm going to be watching that with one of our team members dropped this box. If anybody wants to join me, if Crash, if you have not watched it, or Whawkins, if you haven't watched or cut up to it, I'm gonna start watching it. Audience as well, chat. If you want to join me in August, I'm gonna start watching season 1. So stay tuned for like a review or like 1 week episodes 1 through 5, and then so on. But stay tuned for that. Anybody have quick thoughts for Stranger Things?
It's
I'm
fucking
just
finally
not
done.
a fan of the release.
Oh, the release dates are
Do it
stupid.
weekly.
But
weekly.
yeah, they just release like each episode each week from November to December.
You
Just
got
go
like
that
a
way.
month for the next one, and then literally a week after for the final one. Like,
Yeah.
Look,
what-
I'm gonna
what
tell you
kind-
why. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why they need to release this, because they cannot have it released the following year, 2026, because they already have the budget and releasing all the bylaws and everything to the production, so they have to get rid of it. And since they were not ready to release it probably in the summer or early this year, they have to release it by the end of this year, and that's where they think is the best to have it suited and probably ending result. So it's probably a lot of marketing, financial, book ending, a lot of things around it. So that's my guess.
So stupid shit. Gotcha.
It's
Yeah,
finally
so-
done, guys. After that, I mean, that's it. It's
No
done.
more milking of that cow. It'll be
Yep.
very similar to when Orange is the New Black stopped on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I
That
actually
was a
forgot
big thing.
about that.
And what was the other
Yeah.
one that was big on Netflix? It was Orange and New Black, and also like some type of political show, wasn't it? Can't remember.
I
It's-
don't-
God, isn't it with the antenna? I know what you're talking about. Oh
yeah.
God, with Kevin Spade, I think. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
God. Oh, that's gonna kill me. I gotta look it up now. Oh.
Well,
House of
you look
Cards?
that up.
House of Cards. Yes,
Ah,
House of
yes,
Cards.
I didn't have to look
That's
at
what-
House of Cards. Yeah, I remember that was heat, bro. I need to finish that. Oh God, I need to go back to that.
I never
I really need to finish
Finish it. I never finished it. No, I don't think I started. Now that I think about it, I never started that thing.
that. If you like, what was the movie? I mean, movie show, TV show you're watching right now on Apple TV? We're just talking about that.
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
No, the other one.
You talking about Severance?
Yeah, Severance. I wouldn't say similar to it, but the vibe you get from Severance is similar to that. It's just it gets political. That's all. That's the difference.
Okay. Yeah, I need to check out Severance. Me and wife are actually watching Ted Lasso season 2. We're about to finish that and then watch season 3, but that's down the line. Probably next week episode I'll probably talk about it. But one of the last things for us to discuss is Wednesday season 2. Watch the first 6 minutes. I did not watch the first 6 minutes because I'm gonna just wait for season 2 premiering on Netflix August 6th. But then a few other episodes appear the rest on September 3rd. There's another weird release date.
Just weekly. Whatever.
And
I
the
know
last
the
thing
missus
is
gonna love it.
the Rip. This is a project of Let Them Rip by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are teaming up. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are suited up in a Miami cops from the Rip storm, and only to find the 7th Street Cookie Monster snacking in his dressing room. Turns out they're
Let
big
me
fans
just
of each
explain
other.
real quick. Let me just explain real quick. What Vash is reading, you guys would have to watch the video to understand what we're talking about. Because
Yes,
there's
it's like a
video
skit.
that-
It is more of a
Yes,
skit of
skit.
what's going on, of them trying to promote the film and trying to promote of what is this type of body cop film. But in short words, the film will be releasing on Netflix on January 16, 2026. So stay tuned for that. It's a body cop film. If you know the genre already, that's what it is, and it's placed in Miami. And this is also their way of announcing that Netflix also owned the rights to Sesame Street now for worldwide. So that was their way of announcing this in a cool collab way, because we haven't spoken this news, I believe, in the past couple of episodes of the podcast since it wasn't a big news. But since Crash brought it up, I was also transitioning into both things. So exactly what Crash said, it was a skit involving everything together into the announcement of Sesame Street and involving with the body cop film. So anybody excited for Wednesday or the body cop film or Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? I love them as actors, so I can't wait to see them work together. I'm curious to see about the band because they have had projects together in the past couple of years, but it's been a while.
Go ahead.
Anna Ortega is coming back. My wife is gonna be happy for it. I just like her acting. So, Isabella Merced, go fuck yourself. I got a new Latina that I'm rooting for. So,
Oh my God.
go her.
I will take your word for it. I still need to watch season 1.
Oh, so good.
But-
It's a good adaptation when it comes to adaptation, because don't worry, we'll talk about that shortly when it comes to the Addams Family.
Oh,
So
shit, we still
I
gotta
like that.
talk about that other thing. God dang it.
Yeah, we're about to wrap the show with this.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh my god,
dun.
our score is so good, so classic, so classic.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to do the dance on TikTok. However, it went well.
Oh
A
god.
thing like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where also girl was with COVID during that moment too.
Oh, that sucks. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
during the dance, she was literally with COVID, like with the symptoms.
Big yikes.
But other than that, if we have no more comments involving with adaptation of Wednesday, the Addams Family, with the Rip, this was the Tudum coverage. As you see, it was big highlights of what could be the conversation about it. But you're here. It is something that we missed to talk about last week. If you were sad, oh, I want to see their Lilo and Stitch review. Sucks that they had to push it for next week. Well, say no more. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about Lilo and Stitch, and because it was a good or bad adaptation, we will talk about the good and the bad and the ugly and the worst. But this is Lilo and Stitch live action. Let's first talk about the news, the good stuff. Let's get to a non-spoiler, then a spoiler portion to end the show.
Good
So,
stuff, he says.
yes. The first thing is the news.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch has had the biggest domestic opening for the movie ever on Memorial Weekend with $187 million. The live action Lilo and Stitch remake has already earned more than the animated movie. The film opened with 341.7 globally, and I just want to say that the animated movie has only done 1/3 of a fraction of this opening of globally, and the live action Lilo and Stitch remake is now playing in theaters 23 years after the original anime movie since last weekend when it came out during Memorial Weekend. So these were the few news that I want to bring up and also transition us to our non-spoiler. So before we get into a full spoiler, my thoughts to you guys is that if you were a fan of the animated, would you recommend this to a fan that's watching this for the first time as a live action first without watching the animated previously? Would you recommend this to them? And would you tell them what to be expected for? Because myself, if they're watching this for the first time that have not seen the animated, I would say go watch it. Have your own experience to see this film as its own, but then tell them to check out the animated, check out the original source material, and I'll tell them straight up that as a live action movie itself alone is an 8 out of 10. And I'm going to be honest about that. But as an adaptation from original source material is a 6 out of 10. To me, it does not does the original source material justice when it comes to the characters that they have, but they do expand on it what could have been more when it comes to a few characters, and they change up to a twist. So it's a good with the ohana by expanding the actual meaning that also family is within yourself, and you cannot forget to love yourself by loving others. You gotta let others go before you fill your cup as well by helping others and fill their cup. So I kind of like that message as somebody who is in their 20s and understanding and trying to figure life out, but also try to take care of others. I like the aspect when it came to the live action movie, and as a good reference, there's a few flaws within the film. I would not take that away. But I do recommend that if you want to see this film, go see it with your own eyes. Is a good and entertaining film? Is it a good adaptation? Fuck no, with no by any means. But don't worry, we will dive more into that if you want to see our full spoiler thoughts. That's all I got when it comes to my non-spoiler thoughts. Crash, what is your non-spoiler thoughts, and would you recommend this to somebody that has not seen the animated film?
Make mine very quick because I want Whawkins to give like his non-spoiler take on it. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter at CrashX131, you can definitely read a little more about it. But I'm gonna read what I wrote on my Twitter, which is saw the hashtag Lilo and Stitch live action movie with the misses. Mid as fuck, 7 out of 10. Doesn't respect the original adaptation. I can understand the direction the director was trying to go, but if it wasn't for the comedy, would have given it a lower score. Don't recommend watching it.
Mhm.
Honestly, that's all I have to say on that. That's literally all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short with the non-spoiler part of this because if I go, it'll get spoilery. But would I recommend this to somebody? No, because the animated version is far superior. It kind of tells a better story that they're trying to get through. So I would say watch the animated version before the live, and in fact, the live action version, I probably don't worry about it. As its own movie, it's okay. As an adaptation, it's dog.
Agree.
It is hot ass.
110% agree with that.
Like
Agree.
and
Like,
and I hate
as its
and I
own
hate doing
movie,
like that.
I see what you're coming from. Like, as its own movie, I probably
okay.
give it a higher score than you do, but I do see it at the 7 out, like a 7.2-8 out of 10. But as an adaptation, like for me, it's the same feeling of how I feel about a Captain America Civil War. As a movie, great. As an adaptation, that's just dog water, because that's just not at all what the Civil War story comic is. That's just not at all.
Where you going with this fucking comment? Oh, okay. No, I 100%. Yeah, I'm with you.
Because that's the thing. Like, if you never watched the animated version, then yeah, you would like this movie.
Agreed.
But I mean, yeah, the animated version exists. It's kind
Who
of
the fuck
better.
wouldn't have seen the original? Like, I mean, unless you're
But thing is,
very
exactly,
young, for sure.
people,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to think about it. Right now, we are older. We are not 20s, 30s. We're watching a movie that we grew up with being adapted 23 years later. Now, for kids that are watching it now at first, they're watching the live action first before when they go home, their parents could show them the original. Now they have two to see, but the first one will be the live action, then their second one will be the animated. Like, for example, when it comes to my kids, I'm going to show them knowingly the animated first. But then eventually they're going to see the live action, and then they could decide which one that they like more. Will I judge my kids when they say, oh, I like the live action more? Like, damn, son, you're wrong, but I still love you, though.
You're not my son or daughter. We only watching the original. Live action does not apply in my household. No, sir. You can go watch that dog outside
with your wife.
my house.
With your wife, she is going to show them both. Knowing your wife, she's going to show them both.
After our discussion tonight, the question is going to be, wait, there was a live action Lilo and Stitch? Yeah, it goes right over there next to Promised Neverland season 2.
Damn, that's
there was
crazy.
A season 2?
That's crazy.
There was a live action? What?
That's crazy. But with that being said, let's jump into our spoiler conversation when it comes to Lilo and Stitch. Because chat, does this movie need a spoiler section? No. But the only reason I gave it, because just in case fans don't want to be, just want to jump out here and transition out, they'll say, hey, I already heard this non-spoiler. I could decide from there if I want to watch it or not. Or if you just want to hear the chaos. And this is a good thoughts about the spoiler section aspect. I have no structure anyway. It's going to be more open discussion about how the film was, the good and the bad and the ugly.
Was there any of that?
Oh, hey, I do have the good. I'm gonna be the optimistic Vash. I'm gonna be the optimistic.
No, I have the document up, and a certain assassin, is writing some notes in,
just so I don't forget. Let me just write this down real quick, because I do have some stuff like that I did not like.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't care about the anime, but I'm writing it down for
the first thing you write there, I'm just like, was there?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, look. We can already jump into that right now. Let's go. We have the next 20 minutes to discuss right now.
Don't start with that. Wait, don't even start with that. Let's start with the elephant in the room.
All right.
Where the fuck was this guy?
Gantu?
Big, where the fuck was he? Why did they take him out? Like,
look, my two reasons of them not having Gantu is because they didn't want to animate a 25-foot person for a 2-hour movie and spend most of their budget where it's literally on Stitch himself, but then they also have to animate Klikli and also Jumba.
Interesting you used the word animate
for
a live action movie, but that's
CG. I call it anime because that's what it is. You're animating the person in Stitch and everything. As much as the white people in the boardrooms that doesn't want to admit that.
Okay. I'm not in a boardroom, so I'll let that slide. No, it's almost like, maybe this cartoon, maybe this animated project should have stayed animated.
Yeah, that's my one thing. When it comes to the start of the film, like when I came into this film, because I did see this past weekend. When it comes to the experience, I saw it with my mom and I saw it with my wife. It was a great experience to see the film. I saw it in a home theater that I always go to since a kid. It was a good experience watching it. The reason I say that watching the film, I felt like I was doing homework. I felt like I was watching the film, trying to expect something that is supposed to happen, but waiting to see it happen. Because I had two of my peers, my co-hosts here, Whawkins and Crash, who already seen the film, But then I've seen online discourse, I've seen clips online about the film that I was like, damn, it might not be that good. Coming into the film, I was really like analyzing. I was seeing page by page. I was trying to remember when I love Stitch. In this film, I'm gonna say the good thing right now. Stitch was great. Stitch was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should always start with the pros. I think.
Yeah.
So,
When the queen,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not the queen. When the high counselor asked Stitch, "Hey, Stitch, can you make us believe that you're actually good? Is there some good in you?" And I love how Stitch just, just get him so professional. He's like, and then he's like, and he just curses in the alien language and just be mad rude as hell.
He uses a space slur. That's
Yes.
what he does.
Yeah, it's just a whole space for her. He like, yeah, gonna Quizka! And I'm like, yes! And every motherfucker throwing up. And I'm like, what fucking curse word makes all of ya in his council room fucking throw up? Like, what did y'all do here? So that's funny. I'm gonna include this as pro. Cleekly wasn't the drag as I was hoping they played him as a drag queen or a drag character with the dressings and the switch ups outfits, but the character they play with the white boy in Hawaii and everything, it kind of worked with the comedy for me. It wasn't perfect, but it kind of worked is the best thing I could say towards that. And the mosquito thing, it was kind of sad that it wasn't as important.
Yeah, they didn't do shit with that.
Yeah, the whole mosquito nerd thing, because technically the mosquito person was fucking Bubbles, and Bubbles did not mention this at the end of the film. Like, yes, we meet again. But instead, when Bubbles meets the high counselor, there was a lot of staring. A lot of like non-verbal staring that was pissing me off because it wasn't no type of facial expression that was shown. It was just a lot of verbal, like non-verbal staring. I'm like, are you not gonna like say something to her? Are you not gonna acknowledge her? Or you're not gonna say something that she knows or that you know? Like, hey, it's been a while. Hey, I solved your mosquito problem. I solved another one, but nothing was referenced that, and that pissed me off. How about you, Whawkins? Any other good stuff they want to mention?
You know what?
So far, that started the film overall in general.
For child actors, I thought Lilo did really good.
Yeah, it's a positive. Agree.
Again, like have your cons with a movie or whatever. Just don't go after the actors like that, especially if they're young. Like this is like what I think movie. And I thought she did well. I mean, again, child actor, take that what you will, but I would say she was definitely a pro in this.
Yeah, I do agree with that. With Nani as well, with actor as Nani, she did good. I don't think she was horrible. She just had. I'm gonna say that as well. She had bad chemistry when it comes to Nani and Lilo. When it comes to that, because the disconnection when it came to the animated of them having like a sisterly love, when it came to the disconnection as they're adults, but I don't say that as a full con, because the reason I like the pro of this as well is because in their life situation right now it's fuck. They live in an island in Hawaii where right now the parents died in a tragic accident that is still not really fully explained, but storm or whatever crazy accident it was. But right now Nani is trying to take care of herself, and she has Lilo, but she's also trying to be a big sister but also a mom figure. And I love how the movie like wasn't the best showing their sisterly love, but it showed the distraction of how Nani is in that sense, where she's still trying to be living her life, but she's also trying to find jobs and everything. So I was pissed at first when Lilo tried to show the story aspect about the record player of the trick that Stitch could have the voice of the whole record player being shown, but Nani didn't pay attention. In the animated, she paid attention, but she gave no remarks because she was speechless. And then somebody rang the doorbell, and then she went. In this segment, it didn't happen. I mean, in this scene, it didn't happen, and I was kind of upset about that. But understanding why she was distracted, because she has the jobs, she's trying to be busy and everything. But still is disheartening trying to find the disconnection of the sisters. But then you see other moments that they are close, the fighting, the hugging, her being emotional when Nani had to accept that she might have to give her up and that was one of the biggest loss.
I will save my retort for the cons.
Okay.
But,
Crash. Then
yeah.
have any more positive to mention?
The only, and I actually had to look this up because I didn't put two and two together until after I saw the movie. But what they did in this live action, they actually brought back the OG VAs into the film. So if you are not familiar with the voice actors or actresses of the original film, that's fine. I didn't know personally myself because I never bothered to look into it, because even though it was a great movie, it was like, oh, okay, there were people who voiced these characters.
Yeah.
What was it? The lady who was who's like trying to take Lilo away.
Oh, the social worker?
Yeah, social worker. That was Nani.
She voices Nani. I didn't know that. I was like, really? She
Yeah,
didn't straighten this type at all.
And David was the original voice of David. He was the person that gave Nani a job. Where.
Like the luau.
Yes, the luau house. Thank you. I should remember what's the name of that place. It was the luau house. That was David. The original voice of Stitch is still there. The voice of the old lady in the animated, that was the neighbor.
Yeah. I saw. I didn't know that too. I was like, why? Like, she was actually pulling a lot of more weight in this.
She did a lot of weight. Wow. She technically was the godmother. Like how I saw her, because people was upset. So she was technically the godmother of the way, because she took care of her. It was more of a community.
So why did we have conflict then in the? If the fucking godmother neighbor was like, oh, I'll watch Lilo this afternoon. Take her to the freaking animal shelter, and she could get a dog there. Was it Nani that got her Stitch? No, we can't have that sisterly bond for this movie. That's all sisterly bonds. No, we got to have random who wasn't even in the original.
Did they make the character new? Yes.
I'll help you, Nani. Nani. Get my characters mixed up.
Yeah, Nani with Nani. But look, with Nani, I get it where the complaint is, because you do have a valid point that having Lilo get the dog, aka Stitch, was because of Nani, trying to show her the responsibility. But also it's because she heard the wish of what Lilo said, that she wanted a best friend and never got that. There was another thing I didn't like, that it was what Whawkins brought up, that Nani wasn't the one that brought her. It was the best friend. It was the neighbor, but also the ugly ducking scene. That was a sad part as well. But I like that Stitch went back to the dog shelter, and Lilo's the one that found him still. Where last time in the animated, Stitch left, went to the forest, nobody was around, and he said, "I'm lonely, I'm by myself." And the one that found him,
like, oh, look at you.
And the one that found him was Jumba. And Jumbo the one to capture him and everything, and then that's when Yep. But then in this one, in the live action, Lilo found him first, but then Lilo was like, yo Stitch, we are family, we are all Hana. And then that's where Jumbo and his fat ass got captured and split themselves in head.
That wasn't Jumbo, that was Zach Galifianakis. That was not Jumbo. That was an abomination of horse manure in a costume that looked like Jumbo.
Yes, correct. Because that's one thing.
Zach Galifianakis is unfunny. How do you make that man unfunny?
That makes me sad in one thing, honestly, because Jumbo, for people that have not seen the series of the live action, it was Uncle Jumbo. He was the godfather, like the best uncle that literally played that role. He literally gave Lilo a fucking space board, a spaceship. She had all the gadgets. It was a great aspect with Uncle Jumbo, and he was the bad guy. That's one of my complaints about the film, honestly. Like, you had Uncle Jumbo be the bad guy when all he cares about. It was cool to tease the other experiments when he was on the ship about station 6 to 7.
Gripes with that too.
Talk to me. What's your gripe about that?
Because the way Jumbo said this, during this scene, he made it sound like, okay, like with all the other experiments, they're not like their own thing, like they were in like the show and all that. From the way Jumbo sounded and the way he worded it, it was
he drew them, or they have a blueprint or something like that, right?
Well, what he was doing, when I interpreted it was, So experiment 626, you'll now become experiment 627, which means Stitch has been all those other experiments. Jumbo's just been
Evolving him.
Evolving it, if you will. So it's like, are you saying we don't have the cousins now? Are you saying that like?
Well, I heard
like that's the way Jumbo like.
I hope not. I hope not. And I hope it gets retconned or something. If that was the case, if that's how it was implied, because I heard the rumor that they're trying to do Lilo and Stitch 2 or like a sequel in the future. So hopefully that's not actually on purpose, because if that's the case, like, yo, we literally had my fucking electric dude Glitch, literally a cool concept of movie, and we literally had an experiment. I believe he was 6'2", not 6'6". I believe it was 6'4". I believe it was his brother that literally made sandwiches. Like, that's a dope ass dude.
Ruben.
Oh, it was 6'5". It was 6'5". Yeah, like he literally made sandwiches.
He's my boy.
He's my boy. He's my favorite.
He had the game online that you could play, the little like game.
Where like,
a piece of bread.
And he worked for a hamster. Bro literally worked for a hamster. He hated him all the time. He's like, fuck this, bro. I'm gonna just make my sandwich. His favorite sandwich was always the peanut butter and jelly. There he was go-to.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Oh my gosh, no, Jumbo. See, even I hate kind of comparing it to the original, because like on one hand you should
as we should. It's an adaptation. They literally call it like. I hated they used that, because I wish they'd rather have called it a inspiration. It would have been better, because they changed things up that for some people that were fans could have made it worse. For some people like you guys, that it didn't make it better.
Yeah. Well, like here's the thing with an adaptation. Something. It's fine to make creative liberties. Like for example, it sucks that we didn't get Gone to. But I also get it, because again, that's 20-foot. Space Shark Daddy that they can't really animate so much. So I get that. I can understand that. I can let that slide, especially if you're gonna do a sequel. Maybe bring him in for the sequel. That would be fun. It gets some sort of goodwill back. But what you do with an adaptation, yeah, you're gonna make creative liberty, but you still gotta have the core of the character. You still gotta have like what they're all about. And especially like the kind of character arcs they go on. So with the original Lilo and Stitch, yes, Jumbo did start out as like this evil, maniacal genius and all that.
He was just misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly. He was misunderstood. But like, here's the thing too. Throughout the movie, as he's watching Stitch, instead of trying to like capture him at a point, he starts kind of like watching him and observing him.
Yeah.
And in a way, this kind of warms Jumbo up a little bit. And you see that, like, and I'm glad somebody on Twitter pointed this, because in the shitty live action movie, like Jumbo, he goes on demon mode. I'm bad guy number one, and starts like destroying Lilo's house and like fighting Lilo.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the animated version, there's a moment starts destroying stuff, but he doesn't really attack Lilo. And like there's a moment too, and again, I'm Twitter for reasons like this. There's a moment where like Jumbo like pushes her out of the way. Like he doesn't like push her thing. He just kind of like lightly guides her out of the way.
Yeah, like he kind of like move, like, ma'am, yeah. I'm trying to blow up this dog, not you.
Exactly. Whereas so like cartoon animated version, he starts kind of warming up a little bit. Starts being like, I'm not going to be super villain here, but I do need to capture Stitch right now. Whereas live action, you have this Jumbo just destroying the house, being like, oh, is this your parents' room? I'm going to blow the door open on it. Oh, all these photos. Oh, humans are just so attached to one another. Isn't that great? We're trying to hammer in the whole Anna thing if you couldn't catch the drift over.
But
like,
I'm not shocked that he said that too, because in most type of media, let's be honest, we humans are portrayed like that from us type of aliens. They always say that us humans.
That's what makes us strong, Jumbo.
Yeah, there's always like power of friendship. Like there's always that Ohana, aka when it comes to the Fast and Furious films, the same word applies over there. It means family.
The power of friendship.
No family of Vin Diesel. He will be like, yo, family. Nobody gets left behind. Even if I have a GTR just driving off a cliff, I'll pick up my wife and grab her and not break one muscle or bone in my body.
Unless your name is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's a whole different story. But look, one thing I will say, props about this film. One positive, hugely positive thing that I liked what it did. That we learned that Nani wanted to go to school in marine biology, not the Marines, because I know that was a whole propaganda people want to call it. Having them being named and mentioned, but marine biology, because I'm gonna be on the point when it comes to this. Marine biology was mentioned, and I liked it very much. The reason is because that it was portrayed that she was training, she was top of her class. She was mentioned like this in the beginning of the film and in the middle. We heard in the animated movie that was never mentioned once that she had this skill set. All we knew that she was a good lifeguard, that girl was a good swimmer, so she had a good background in that. That's all we knew. But then in this movie, in the live action, it was added that she was good training, she was smart. And Stitch, when we heard from the high counselor that if he fell in the water, his high type of density will make him very heavy, so he will not be able to get out. I like that Nani was the one that brought Stitch out and actually brought him back alive into the water. I mean, she went back into the water because of Lilo saying, Ohana, nobody got left behind. And she was willing and trying. But what was so cool was her scene to literally walk through the sand and get out in the surface level of the water. That was a cool scene because it showed her training was actually legit and she was top of the class, but also her carrying Stitch through the water. Could a human really grab Stitch in that water? That depends on physics and science that I don't know to the details, but it was really cool to see. How did you guys feel about the scene?
Crash, you can go. I've been talking.
I'm indifferent with the scene. I kind of have a whole different take to go through with that. Since Vash is not okay, so I'm indifferent with that scene. Me personally, look, I liked the original adaptation. When I heard this movie was coming out, I had no expectations. I didn't even want it because again, and again, and again, I'll keep saying it for the rest of my life. There are no fucking good live action movies. They shouldn't be done. Leave them the fuck alone. Hollywood, if you want to make money off of it, fine, by all means. But best believe you're staining, the good name of originality that is what once was the peak of, animated cinema. So I personally knew it was going to be dog shit or mid at best. So I went in not seeing any reviews, any spoiler. I just knew, okay, whatever happens, as long as my wife's happy, cool, bet. We go into the movie theater, bunch of kids all around us. I'm not surprised. Yeah. The comment of Drop telling us on the Discord, he had somebody kicking, I think his seat or somebody's seat or something like that, was funny because I had a kid behind me who was like screaming and throwing the popcorn, and the mom had to kind of calm them down. I personally did not mind in that instance because I knew it was a children's movie. It's whatever for me. I didn't. If it was any other movie, I would have looked at the mom like,
yeah.
When it comes have a problem.
When it comes to animated films, I'm expecting to always have kids there involved. I was usually try to plan ahead,
especially if you go to the matinee ones and it's like, oh yeah, we this is the special kids one, so the lights are still somewhat on and the volume's kind of down a little bit. It's like, okay, you know what? Fine, whatever. Little kids here. Yeah, fine, whatever. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, because I went with my wife and my mom I believe at 4 p.m. So I saw the film at a good time where kids will still be there, and I'm happy it wasn't that rowdy. I do admit that I did get emotional 2 times in the film. I like the scene when Stitch and Lilo was doing the dance and they did the little heart thing, here to the chest. I find that cute. I find that emotional. Again, I might be alone in this boat on my end.
No, it was cute.
Because when Stitch also was drowning, he said, "It's okay to let go. I will see you soon, girl. I'll see you soon. I may die right now."
I mean, you knew he was gonna be saved.
Yeah, plot armor, bro.
It was still cute.
The original.
Look, I'm immersed in the film. I'm enjoying the plot armor, all right?
But yeah, so I saw the film and I'm watching the whole thing, And I just kept every 5 minutes I kept looking at my girl, just looking, and it was like, "Are you happy? Are you impressed?" Or like I'm trying to get a reaction from her because I was all over the place. I was
Not entertained.
dumbfounded.
And did she
I
get
was
reactions?
surprised. She was blank slate until the very end of the movie. So
But-
I got
but did she
nothing out
cry?
of her.
She got crying? Like, any thoughts she
No.
told you? Any thoughts you want to reveal that she told you that you want to express for her?
Let me get to my point first. Vash.
I'm waiting, I'm waiting.
Here, so I come out of the theater, and again, I had no expectations going into the film. Honestly, it was mid, and I just like originality has to stay the way it has to be. There was no reason to put a live action for Disney to make more money off of it. They are gonna make more money off of it because of nostalgia, because of children and young teenage girls or even adult girls now who love that film. You know, who want to rewatch it again and see if it got peak. It didn't get peak. There were a lot of things I wrote on our notes here that we can get into in a little bit. There were a lot more cons for me than there were fucking pros. I mean, if it were up to originally, anyways, if it were up to me, I wouldn't have watched it. The only reason I watched it was because my wife loves Lilo and Stitch, and she wanted me to watch with her. Now, did she have a great time, Vash? Yes. She had graded it a lot more better than me. I had given it the movie 7 out of 10, like I said, for my Twitter post. She had given it an 8. She is in the same boat as you.
I have a shirt, I have a toy, and I have literally Uncle Stitch right now being worn right now. Prep for the show.
I will say
here.
outright, you guys are in the same mentality that, like, you guys had a good time watching it, but the adaptability, damn, I can't say that. Adaptability, whatever.
Objectivity?
Sure, yeah, adaptivity. Yeah, adaptivity. That didn't you guys did not like it. Give it like a 6 out of 10. She was the same boat with you on that. Like it was so bad. We went home immediately and she started watching the original right in the background. I don't know if you guys were listening. I was on a Discord call with Vash and some other people and
Probably I don't remember
on TV.
I don't remember too fully, but probably I told my wife as well that I want to watch the animated series again because I haven't seen the series. I've seen the movie throughout the years with her, but I haven't seen the series of Lilo and Stitch as an adult now. So I'm curious. I don't
remember how it ends. I remember seeing the show, but I don't
remember how it ends is literally them having 4 crossovers with fucking American Dragon, Jake Long, and a few other shows.
Was it? I don't remember the Kim Possible one. That was
Kim Possible, American Dragon, and School Recess. School Recess, I believe it was the other one.
Yeah,
that was the ending.
I know. The last season, like the last season had those crossovers, but what else involved? I think they just got the last. No, I believe the last conclusion of the storyline lore is the movie that came out like in 2015, 2013. It was Experiment 6 to 7. It was Leroy. That was the last story of
Leroy
the current.
And Stitch.
Yeah, Leroy and Stitch.
Man.
It was the last brother or the last cousin. I still laugh when I have Stitch and Angel dating, even though they're cousins.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier. I'm.
Are we gonna get into the cons?
Yeah, we've been in that. Again, that's why I don't really have a structure for this show because like this is an adaptation from a 23-year film that doesn't really have a spoiler. That's why it's more pros and cons, rapid fire, because we're about to end our show literally after we talk about this. I do agree one thing that Crash has here. There's nothing closely to David and Nani romance, not even hinted. Nani was not.
Real quick about that.
Nani had nothing really any towards inkling or like. I didn't feel like when it comes to the animated, Nani was like her energy was like, oh, David's hot, but I don't got time for him. But if the time was there,
just like everyone else in the movie.
If the time was there, they would date. But when it comes to the live action, Nani didn't give a fuck about David, and she found him cringy. Bro had no flirting game. Bro literally had no type of game. Grandma was just like, yo, son, you already spoken of. Leave your game. You walk home.
Yo, let my man cook, mommy. What's up?
Just stop now.
Look, I have had bad games in my life. Never like that bad.
Yeah.
Let me just say real quick, because I don't know if did you guys leave during the credits or did you guys stay?
I stayed. There was no fucking post credit. I was pissed.
Okay. If you guys paid attention in the very, very beginning of the credits, you're seeing like postcards and like,
postcards. I saw that.
Yeah, and some pictures. Fuck, I should know the name of it. It starts with a P. Pictures of like everyone, whatever. Right? There was a photo of Nani and David kissing. I think at the airport, and I'm like, so you just show us a fucking photo?
Oh, really?
Like, you don't show us the romance? I swear to God, I'll find a picture for you later on. I'll put it on Discord. You fucking show us a photo of you
I
guys
missed
kissing,
that.
and then like
I
there's,
missed
like,
that. I
there's,
didn't
like,
see that.
in the background, it's kind of like, oh, romance question mark, like, oh, like I guess it's implied that Lilo and Stitch are like drawing it or whatever.
Damn,
But,
I
like,
like.
it's not implemented in that. I'm like, how the fuck do you not put that in the movie? Is it because it's just
Damn.
too young? From young, like, ow, you blue ball me, but then like,
Love
oh
doesn't
yeah, it does happen.
exist. What are you talking about?
So I guess
I was
it's.
so upset about that. I'll look it up for you guys.
I'm guessing a porta gun is used in more ways than others. It's go to Leo's house and it goes to our boy David's house then.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. When she's not visiting Lilo, she's David.
Yeah, you know, she's giving him the good time. You get a girl, you know, girl's getting that Glock 3000.
She sets the portal gun to the setting where like only her head can fit, and I'll let the rest be imagination. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
okay,
Postcard. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I do have a question for you guys. Because a very, very notable scene of the movie is during a song that people know as a Hawaiian rooster, where they decide to go surfing. And you know, Stitch goes out to surf and all that. How did you guys feel about like that whole scene?
I didn't feel it was super magical, but that was the first time I did get emotional. But that one then I gave me teary eye like the second time. The first I felt the emotions, but I didn't feel the full type of empathy since I don't know. I didn't fully feel immersed. I don't know, like that's the best words I could give.
Mm-hmm. But you, Crash. That's you.
Again, I'm indifferent. Like it was just I was there for along for the ride. Cool, it happened. Like
Yeah.
you know, I will always say it. I am for the original adaptation. It was a lot better, and I'm not a crazy Disney fan as opposed to my wife. I love you, baby. I'm saying that for real. But like I just don't care. I don't give a fuck, and that's real talk. But I will admit the original is so iconic that I just can't not like disregard how amazing it was. Like if you're telling me what a Disney movie top of my head, the first thing I'm gonna say is Little Stitch because I did watch a lot of it as a child. But recreating the scene that you're talking about with the original, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like it didn't spark any kind of like a oh my god.
And that's the worst. That's the worst part of this whole goddamn.
It's because it's supposed to add that emotional part.
And I ain't fucking feeling kind of nostalgia. Like, damn it.
Because here's the thing with that scene. Because like it's very powerful. Because like first of all, the lead up to the scene in the original, it's after Nani like went through her. It was after like the lifeguard, where like she tried to be a lifeguard, and they were like, "Oh well, Stitch destroyed the beach. You can't be a lifeguard. Go away, job." And like her and Lilo down in the dumps, and that's when David comes by again. Better characterization for David in the original. He just comes by and is just like, "Huh, you know, I know things are tough, but hey, you know what? Let's go surfing because you don't have to think about that. Let's just have some escapism real quick." And we'll forget all the troubles. We'll come back to them afterwards. Let's just have some fun real quick. The live action takes a different turn with and I'll get to the other parts of this in just a second. But like the lead up for it in the live action, Nani's still looking for a job, and then comes by and is just like, "Oh, here, look what I found." And it was like a flyer for a surfing instructor job. And so David, you know, earlier in the movie had made a comment on surfing. So like on top of the marine biology thing, this Nani, you know, really likes surfing. Good, we're sticking with that. Awesome. And we see like a moment where her like kind of doing like a trial class or something.
Get like a training lesson, trying to show others how to surf and everything. Which girl looks like she was great. Like girl was glowing in that scene.
She was so into it. She was so happy with it and all that. And like even during like the surfing part and even after like the whole crash thing and all that, it like nothing really in the movie said, "Oh, well, she lost that job because of it." Like it was just okay, she probably found a new job. She found something that like she actually really enjoys.
But then I think what happened
that's-
was Lilo drowned in water, and then we get a new scene that we didn't get in the animated, and that was Lilo got drowned in water and got hurt, and girl went to the hospital, and this raised up the bills to insurance. That's something that Nani was supposed to do, but never found the time to do it, and she got to put in the corner. And let's talk about the elephant in the room where a lot of people in the online community was very upset about is that Nani chose herself also to love herself in this Ohana.
People are misinterpreting that.
Thank you. There are because people probably left the movie and forgot to see this post credit scene or mid credit scene that she had the fucking portal gun that she could visit her fucking sister any time of the fucking night or day. But
it's not,
but to
it's
wrap
not
up
even
this
just that.
thought or slash question on that the end of the film, we had the choice of the security. I'm sorry, not security, of the social worker saying that hey, right now you're not suited to take care of yourself and take care of your sister. Take care of yourself first. Go to marine biology. Go fix your shit. You have this community, your neighbor that's willing to take care of your sister, and you have David too. But then you have this porter gun since now we have working with the CIA. You have a whole alien dog, so you have this technology now that you can get your house fixed, and you have a porter gun that we can help you meet your sister whenever you want. But also we will never know because you guys just are not going to tell this information to us. But Nani at the end, she went to marine biology and she chose herself, and she had the support of Lilo. Lilo said, hey, how can you help me before you help yourself, sister? And that's what she kind of said in the end of the film. And I like it. As somebody who's honestly at the age of 29 years old, I'm about to be 30, who's still trying to, get life together, trying to build a company called AniMa W3 Studio, have a team we're trying to build with Anime Lily Podcast, Off the Bench, Shonen Ronin launching sometime in the future. We have Weebs running all these projects, and life trying to figure it out. How can I help myself and helping others? Let me first get my shit together so I can help others. That's have always been the mindset of mine. The same thing how my parents taught me. You can't help everyone because at the end of the day, you're gonna get yourself stretched thin, and you cannot fill your own cup. So I like how the movie, kind of like the twist is what I would call it. The Ohana means family and nobody get left behind, but you also got to remind yourself to be selfish, to don't forget about yourself when you help others, when you have the Ohana. So that's my way of interpreting and seeing it. So Whawkins, I want to ask you, how did you feel about this kind of conclusion ending of the film, of them putting the twist of Ohana and also Nani choosing herself by going to kind of finish her major / degree, and also coming back to her sister with a porter gun, and people misinterpreting it a bit. So fill in your thoughts real quick.
Well, people are misinterpreting the fact that because the whole meme is like, oh, Nani just left Lilo behind. Okay, see, I'm gonna go chase off my dream. It's like that's not really what happened. It like what you said. It's Lilo being like, hey, still chase your dream. I'll be fine. I got, auntie neighbor here help take care of me, which brings me to my big complaint with it is if the neighbor was an option now, why wasn't she option
before? Yeah.
Like, and again, they could have still had the same message of like, oh, abandoning. Nani had a full ride at this, so she was already. So here's the thing, like, to be a marine biologist and to go into that field, you kind of need to be really smart, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta kind of know how things work and operate. How is it that somebody that would have a full ride to go to a university to study marine biology, just how did you not think of this as the option beforehand? And I get it now. Oh, they have the gun and whatever. But, like, even then, like, she's still away from college. They were still, like, FaceTiming and all that. So the portal gun wasn't really much of a time. But, I mean, even, I don't know, Dan. It's just, when that started happening, and hell, even when the neighbor just got introduced, I'm just sitting there like, why doesn't she take? Oh, wait, she's already kind of doing that. So, like, why, again, why
no.
is
You're
this
100%.
a thing?
You're 100%. I do not do not disagree on the take of how the story could have been fixed. But then, if you think about it, if that was established and shown, we would have never had the rest of the 2-hour film because the film would have been cut down like 20, 30 minutes shorter.
Good.
20,
You're saying
20.
that like it's a bad thing.
100%. 100%. It could have been
You
done
wouldn't have a
where
shitty
instead
live
of
action version.
instead of the film being an hour and 50 minutes, I do agree the film should have been an hour and 25, an hour and 35. You could have still done a successful film with the same plot, because having that neighbor there actually helped clear a lot of things where you didn't need this whole type of scheming mess. You could have still added Stitch in the story, including him, and not feel the story be convoluted by having this neighbor still be willing to take her to the animal shelter and everything.
Here's the thing. How is it that a movie that's shorter than you, what was the original, like 120, 130? And this one was
120,
like
yeah.
123,
123, I believe.
Yeah, I want to
this
say an
one's
hour
like-
and a half. I just saw two. Hold on,
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys.
And this one's like 30 minutes longer.
Yeah.
How is it that the shorter movie is better paced than the longer? Because like that whole like
Yeah, hour
beginning
25.
se-
Hour 25.
yeah, like that
They-
whole beginning part of the movie with like where they're interrogating Stitch, they arrest him, all that stuff. That was like a whole like 5, 6, 7 minute sequence in the animated version. This one was like 3 minutes.
Yeah, she was short. She was cut fast. Yeah. Literally, once Stitch got sentenced, you go to Shadow Realm. He went down. He went into the ship. The spit happened. He escaped. Boom, gone. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of fast. Didn't expect that.
Man.
Look, with your complaints, you're not wrong. 100%. I'm behind you on all that. I have no complaint. Like, literally, you're on the nose in that. But I have to see that the film still didn't do the best job to execute it. I know I'm confused with one thing that somebody has here. He says Nami left Stitch to pursue her dreams, but I'm confused. Are you talking about One Piece?
No, it was what we were just talking about.
Nani. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nani.
Yeah. Sorry, I wrote that real quick. I didn't even wrote Stitch. I meant Lilo.
Yeah, that's what's confused with the mix up.
What
And
do you
you
mean?
know,
I was right. When you write ideas fast, you just don't know. You just I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I'm writing my notes, but you guys call me out. I'm like,
No, you're fine.
Right, quick, we talk about this right now. I didn't want to forget.
last person that we didn't mention, Bubbles, Cobra Bubbles.
So disappointed. Let me just say that real quick. My wife really wanted. I don't know why. Like somebody like Terry Crews to play Cobra Bubbles, and I'm like, I don't think he would have like been made the cut, or he just would have been like that guy. But she's like, you see Cobra Bubbles in like the animated. He's so buff. He's so but he's also a little thick. Like not saying anything bad about.
He's
but
buff and
he had
thick.
a little bit of,
But this man is retired because
my guy, like that man bends metal if he wants to. Like I don't know if he would be like. Can I envision him being Little Stitch? He's
I
funny,
do.
but I don't know.
I do is because thing is it works. You can have Terry Crews because that man literally said it in the animated. He's a retired person from the CIA. He's literally doing social worker. Literally, when people do that type of work, means they're already in the retired age from CIA, and as when they're in the older above 45. So Terry Crews could have literally played that character with no problem. Literally have the tattoo. Literally say Cobra. Literally a person that's just old, experienced through life.
Instead, you keep Bubbles in the CIA and goes undercover as a child protective services person. It's like, okay, again, creative liberties.
You could have done the same shit
whatever.
with the same copy and paste, just expand it.
Yeah.
You could have added more lore to the CIA, more lore to the social worker.
Oh, funny you bring up lore. Funny you bring up the word lore. Oh my gosh! So back to the ending sequence. Back to the ending sequence where it's like Stitch is in his handcuffs, being all like, "I'm not family, blah blah blah," like whatever. He's doing that thing, and in the original, you have Cobra Bubble and the Chancellor woman have a little moment because hey. They knew each other from the past. Isn't that cool little lore that you get at the end of the movie to be like, oh, wow.
I mentioned that earlier and you had thoughts. Talk to me.
That because that's the thing, because like that's when you get the reveal. Oh, Cobra Bubbles used to be in the CIA.
Yeah.
That's cool, and he has connections because like, hey, this is like a traveling government of aliens.
Yeah.
All right, they've been here before.
But she said that we will be visiting moving forward, and and that's where Koba's like, my superiors wouldn't like that. Like, well, too bad. And that gets sad too, because there's one more other lore that gets that sad, because remember when Lilo bought Stitch for those $3 or $5, and she told the chancellor, said, hey, you are stealing. You're stealing. I own him. That was not said in the live action. That was a sad part too.
Have we reached repressed time? Can we repress this into our memory?
Crash. Any other thing that we missed? Because you also said I see the CGI was trash, dog water, which I disagree. But it wasn't dog water trash. It was, it wasn't, if I had to give a CGI or what I will call animation or anime.
We're strapped for time right now.
I'll give the animation. I will give the animation a 7 out of 10.
In the words of my wife, I'll just say this one sentence. There was no reason why Piccoli had to look so fucking slimy, my G. There was no reason. He didn't look like that in the original. There was no reason why he had looked like that. If that's what you want to go for, by no means, I get an alien needs to look alien, but he didn't have to make him look so fucking slimy. Like, just, bro, no. I just, that really got the ick out of me, personally.
You got the ick out of you?
I took it down,
what's funny is how they try to walk. Like they made it seem like walking from 3 legs to 4 legs to look like left foot forward, right foot forward, left foot forward, right foot forward, left foot forward.
That's the other thing. There were some really fun.
There were.
I'll say it was from the moment when Stitch landed.
The frog thing again. The frog thing. I love the frog.
The frog reference, but he crashes that wedding.
Oh, he fucked up that wedding. The picture of the camera, the picture of the cameraman kept trying to capture it, but it felt like every scene was like he just kept missing, like just some action scenes there.
There's another one that kind of got a chuckle. Can't remember.
The one that laughed, the dog scene in the animal shelter where the dogs were scared of Stitch as well.
Those poor dogs.
Stitch was causing chaos. I'm sorry. In the line of the chart.
Wait! We're not gonna address the elephant in the room that fucking Lilo's giving fucking candy to dogs. Like, bro, you can't give chocolate to dogs.
It's fine.
I love how she tries to play guilty. Like, I just got this, and then I love how I believe the girl Sydney or whatever. She like, Lilo, you got more, don't you? She like, no, and she like, Lilo, like, here you go. Man, adorable.
Oh god, I'm like, you're giving what to dogs? Are you, bro? And she said like, oh yeah, you can't do that. They give them diarrhea. Like, if you don't do that to the dogs are innocent. What? Come on.
She's supposed to cause chaos. What's so wrong about that?
I mean, I don't know. I would like sneaking in to play with the dogs. I would have seen that's chaos, but giving candy to, I don't know. I like dogs a lot. I kind of low key go for dogs.
Hey, Whawkins, do you give dogs? Do you give candy to dogs to Cindy?
I mean, I give her dog candy.
Dog candy.
Oh. Dog candy's fair.
Dog candy is smart. I don't give candy to my dog. No.
How could
my
you?
dog
Your
accidentally
dog
dog has accidentally eaten chocolate and still survived. I'm very happy and grateful about that.
Yes, in Spanish. I'm glad that your dog is okay, because I don't ever want to have those situations ever hearing that the dog ate a Jolly Rancher and now he's shitting out blue. I can.
That'd be
imagine.
crazy! Wow, to hit out.
It's like this movie did.
Hopeless Crystal. Oh my god. Other than that, this was a Lilo Stitch review. Anybody got last thoughts before we transition out to the end of our show?
Crash.
Don't recommend. Don't watch the dog water, bro. Watch it. The original. If you want, like Vash said, if you want to watch something with your significant other, or just watch it yourself. Watch Lilo Stitch in the background when you're doing dishes. Watch Lilo Stitch when you're doing the laundry. Watch Lilo Stitch with your family after going to Easter Mass. Watch Lilo Stitch the original adaptation, because that shit will always be the GOAT. Disney, I'm coming for your ass. The Brotherhood knows what you've done. You don't goof for the last fucking time. Get your shit together, you old hag.
The
Whawkins.
assassin's coming for you. The assassin's coming for you. Look, to kind of paraphrase a certain Saiyan prince during a certain other adaptation of a great work, you know, a certain abridged adaptation, when he found out that the big fat pink alien that he was killing was actually a woman, and she was the most beautiful, fertile woman on the planet, he decides to kill her and repress his memory that he ever any of that. And as soon as Vash hits that outro, this movie will be my Dodor.
That's crazy.
You
I
lost
was,
me in the first half.
and I'm like, I can't believe he used the Princess Saiyan. I can't believe he used that reference from that. I'm like, okay, it took me a second, but
repressed.
I do want to say the season 1 of Lilo and Stitch is only 39 episodes. I thought it was like 2 seasons or 3 seasons, but no, that show was 39 episodes, which kind of makes
Why
me
I think
sad.
it's longer?
I thought it was longer too.
Yeah.
I thought it was longer.
Wow.
But no, it's shorter. I see our boy, the Hamstevo, be the bad guy. It's crazy. I see a few other options. But I also see a character that we did not see and didn't even talk about, and I didn't care for to talk about, Myrtle, because she wasn't even there or barely in the film.
No, Myrtle was there, but she was.
I said barely. I said barely. I said barely. She was there as a ghost.
We didn't get the hands fight, bro. Her throwing hands after
She pushed her off the cliff. What you mean?
Bro, it's not the same. I told my girl it's not the same, bro. I want to see 2 girls throwing the smoke. I want to see 2 girls duking it out. See this pussy ass shit that she's pushing a girl off the thing. Oh, fell down. Oh, like, come on. I want to see hands being thrown. What's up, bro? I'll pay good money to see that.
To quote TFS once again, we don't condone child violence. We do, however.
You do find it hilarious.
Would that be the case, guys? We hope you've been enjoying this podcast of episode 181 of the Lilo and Stitch and the Tudum coverage and a quick coverage of what we've been watching. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Longer than expected, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this coverage and the pros and the cons, and hopefully you guys let us know if you agree with our opinions. Is there a good adaptation of live action of Snow White, Lilo and Stitch, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella? Is there a good adaptation that you have enjoyed? If not, if you're going to be a style post like ourselves or like Whawkins, let us know down in the comment section. So without further ado, thank you for joining us for tonight on taking the time to listen in. The AniMa W3 podcast is presented by AniMa W3 Studio. Our production team are Vash, Whawkins, and the rest of the team. Special thanks to our producers. Don't forget to follow the socials of the brand and the team. All links are down below in the description. Lastly, share, like, most importantly, give feedback and let us know what you thought of this episode. You guys are what make the show and help us succeed. On behalf of everyone at AniMa W3 Studio, repeating one more time, animation, manga, webtoons, wrestling, and bringing you the positive representation of Weebs and entertainment. We thank you for joining us in the AniMa W3 podcast. See you later and take care. This podcast was not recorded by a live studio audience. We see you in the next one where we talk about gaming content. We see you in the next one.
And rest.
Disney, you need your last ha. I'm coming for that ass, boy.
Cheese on pancakes, y'all.
Oh my god, no. Yeah, dude.